Okay.
Yes.
This might sound weird, or maybe it's offensive, and we can cut it if it's offensive. I don't think it is. Are there real leprechauns in Ireland? Do we know? Is there like a string of leprechauns? Because some people look like leprechauns, and not even in a bad way. Hey everyone, it's top of the morning to ya. It's not St. Patrick's Day. We decorated 2 weeks early. We were just that excited for you. Hi guys, welcome back to the Just Trish podcast. I am feeling better. If my voice sounds weird, I don't know why. I'm actually feeling like 100% better. Miraculous recovery from last week. I'm telling you, being pregnant like heals me so quickly. I'm just feeling great. I had baked ziti this morning. It's good. No fried shrimp, no pizza, baked ziti. And I feel amazing. Shout out, by the way, to our Patreons, patreon.com/justtrash. This is the last week reminder that I'm going to remind you guys because March 10th is the last day. Our next episode will be March 12th. So March 10th, you have to sign up to get our headshot of the month. Is from our Valentine's Day episode. You get a signature. Today, it's in the top right corner or top left corner. I don't know. It's in the top corner. Usually it's in the bottom. So don't miss out on these headshots, you guys. Once they're gone, they're gone. We do not do back orders. And then you also get the Trish emoji sticker in our headshot tier and our producer tier. But Moses, what else does the producer tier get this month? They also get a mom and dad keychain. If you don't have parents of your own, get a mom and dad keychain. So this is my parents. We'll be your parents. We'll take it all day long. Say your sister is Malibu. It's fine. They'll believe you. This is our Valentine's Day shoot too. So these come extra special. We did them special gift wrapped and everything. We got a little bubble wrap for them so they won't break. You're going to get padded envelopes. And then also if you're a producer, you get a handwritten card, as seen here, of our hot topics. And you get to be in our producer credits at the end and actually have a bunch of producer questions for the end of the show or just throughout the show. I ask you guys for topics. So we appreciate you guys. Our patrons are everything. Patreon.com/justtrish. Our video this week, our bonus video besides the extended podcast, is our Mr. Beast Feastables, right? Is this a chocolate? They sent it.
Wow.
They sent it.
I hope it's a chocolate.
It could be a bomb.
Our recording.
So
I heard that too. The controversy.
This thing just showed up in the mail, and we were like, "What is going on
Ooh, it does look scary. Why is there like a panther on top? That's so
I
scary.
think I'll have to first X-ray it and swap it, make sure there's nothing in it. I heard some people say there's electronics in there.
A microphone. Jeff said there was a microphone in his. Yeah.
And it did come the day after.
After we talked about it.
Yeah.
That's
After
what
you
I thought.
declared Mr. Beast is my number one enemy.
Wow.
Suspiciously, it arrived.
I know, I'm kind of scared to open it. If you guys want to see us open it and maybe try it, we'll do that on our Patreon too. So patreon.com/justtrish. For $5 a month, you get 4 bonus podcast episodes. And for $10 a month, you get 8 bonus videos, one of them being our Feastables this week. So shout out Feastables. We'll see. Did you get your Feastables? Hi, Oscar. First off, love. You know what's so crazy is we always dress so kooky that I'm just like, oh,
It's just
you look
another
great.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to me, it doesn't even like whatever. You look great. You were telling me about this whole outfit. You're bursting at the seams with your big biceps, which I
Yes,
love.
I had to slice open these sleeves. I am
What a flex.
Oompa Loompa from the WONKA experience in Scotland.
You clarified.
Yes, I had to specify the exact one. This is the exact costume that she was wearing.
I'm so impressed that you found it.
I felt very Trish coded. I was
I
like
love
doing
it.
the research, trying to find the exact costume.
This
and
is great. You got
worked
it right
out.
away too. You told me on
Right-
Wednesday.
I think the day after it went viral.
How did you know it was going to be so big? Because I only saw it blowing up maybe the past couple days.
I think I kind of saw it all over Twitter and it just tickled me. I love the idea of her name is Kirsty Patterson, sitting there behind all the little chemistry sets, and she just looks sad in her green bob. I said, that's camp. It's so camp,
right? It's cute. I was like, we know that experience here. Met Gala, someone needs to dress as Oompa Loompa,
Yes.
the unknown. It was really blowing up, of course, right after we did our podcast
I know.
episode. It's crazy. You got it so quickly. I love the wig too. You're green coated. We didn't even know we were doing green today. And
I
you're
know,
green
it kind
coated.
of just happened. It's
Yeah.
we're topical, but also we're celebrating the St. Patrick's Day.
Should we
it's kind of
celebrate or
both.
is that banned too? I feel like everything should be
That's a
controversial.
good question. Also, the problem is, we cannot get into any kind of cancellation, any drama, any spill sash videos today because if we're clipped and this is the freaking look,
absolutely not.
It can't happen.
I know, that's how I feel too when I'm in ridiculous costumes. I'm like, I can't be taken seriously.
But there's something about a bob that makes me want to fight. So I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
no.
It's something about a bob
It's
makes
very
me feel spicy.
Right. It's very like Miranda Priestley, Karen. Like it's just like a woman with power.
Yeah. It's like ominous. It's like mysterious.
Yeah.
It feels powerful.
I love it on you.
It can go either way.
I'm feeling very positive today. I really do. I was sick last week, so it was the wrong day to feel positive, but I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling like love all around. I'm like, you know what? Let me not make anyone feel bad. Because I always think we're just doing some shits and gigs over here, just a little keek or whatever. But I just think like, okay, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So today is like, we're protecting people's feelings. But you can be as spicy as you want. You're the Oompa Loompa. I wanted to do something Willy Wonka themed, but there was nothing pink. And I was just like, and I was sick last week, and I was just like, oh, I don't know. And anyways, this is very tight. Everything feels a little uncomfortable, but whatever. It's fine.
It's okay. You can do it 3 months later, as usually. Yeah.
It will be. I know. I have a Wendy Williams. It's not really, I don't want to call it a cosplay. I feel like that's disrespectful, but from her documentary, she had this pink Gucci shirt, and it took me so long to find it, and I finally found it, and it's not coming till like literally next week. And I was like, oh no, I really wanted to do it, but it'll be like a month later, and you'll see Wendy Williams. I don't care, but you look I love this whole outfit. You look so good.
I am feeling the vibes of like Miss Kirsty Patterson. Like, hold on, let me do the face. Did I look like her?
That was good. That was good. Did she ever address it? Did she ever say?
Yeah, she did a whole interview.
Oh, did we see it?
Yeah, she's been doing the rounds.
Why didn't we book her for Just Trish?
I was looking into it too, but she's in Scotland, and so
well, we could have Zoomed.
That's what I was thinking too. But we love like an in-person experience.
That's true.
So,
but for her, we could have made an exception. It's like the traders.
Again, it'll never be too late.
We'll have her a month later. Yeah. I'm so down. What did she say about it? Was she just like?
She said she got the job on like Indeed Jobs.
Like a Craigslist?
It was like a listing, and she normally doesn't get acting jobs on there, but she is like a professional actress, and she got it on Indeed, and she recognizes that it is funny, and it is like she understands that it's a meme, but then she felt kind of embarrassed. She's like, I don't want this to like follow my acting career, or like ruin my acting career. But she's like big on TikTok now, so I think she's thriving. I see big things for her.
I think when you're a meme, it is so embarrassing. Like in the moment, like you just feel like, oh my god, this is not what I want to be known for. But I think like later on, like it'll just help you in so many ways. The first person I think of is Brittany Broski, right? Is like she was just a meme girl.
Yeah.
I remember when I did Dish with Trish, my solo podcast, like in 2019. Like I don't know, someone probably pitched her, and I was like, she's a meme. Like what am I gonna ask about her? Like whatever. And now she's like the biggest thing in like all of YouTube and pop culture. So I think you can like parlay it into something big. I consider myself a bit of a meme queen, and parlaying that. And I think it's kind of, I can only relate it to like the queen dying around my daughter's like birth, and I just feel like. Yeah, it's like in the moment, it's like, this is not what I want. But I don't know, at the end, it's kind of camp, it's kind of funny. I don't know, it's kind of cool that the internet blows you up for something so silly, you know what I mean?
And it was like such a moment. The internet can be a dark place sometimes, but when the Wonka experience went viral, I feel like all of the internet got together and had a laugh. And that was beautiful. It was beautiful to see that. So that's like the positive. And then as the story keeps unfolding, we hear from all the different characters. I think like Wonka came forward first and explained everything. About how the script was all AI and he had to like improv and kind of just make it work.
What a slay that they improv'd all that.
I know.
Like, did they improv the unknown, or was that his name? You know what I mean? Was it like, here's the unknown. Did he improv it, or was that the character?
Unknown came forward, like I think yesterday or the day before.
It's a girl.
A girl.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shock of the century.
And that was another one. Yeah. Like it was kind of like really vague, the script for the enemy, the unknown.
Okay.
And she kind of took it and ran with it. Look, the acting that they were delivering was like kind of top notch.
It's top notch. And like, I've been hired for events like that, like not like that. Well, kind of, I guess. I've done events like that where they're kind of like cheap or whatever. And it's just like, there's no motivation behind it for most people, but they really kind of served like the unknown doing the little movements. Whenever I did kids parties, and I have probably videos of me as like Cinderella or something looking crazy, like I looked whatever, but like I never put any effort into it because I was like, this is like going nowhere. And they put so much effort, like as if they knew this was going to be a big thing or something.
Yeah, and she said that they really tried their best to like make it work. As for the actors, she got paid £500 for the 2 days. But yeah, she said that she was just very shocked. They handed the costumes; they were like really cheap. Amazon Prime over there.
I think it looks great though, honestly. I don't even think it looks bad. Like to me, it doesn't look like. I know what you mean. Like sometimes a cheap costume would look cheap, but to me that looks kind of cool.
And I even tried to replicate. She even had her little bra like
that's what I wondered.
straps too. So I tried to replicate.
Did
that.
Did it come with
that?
No,
yeah. This was a custom.
You look great. Your shoulders look so good.
I really try to like be faithful to the material.
You're giving me Zac Efron and Iron Claw a little bit too. I love it.
The
You look
mushroom
good.
color cut, yeah.
I kind of live for it.
I know.
Wow. And you're tan. You look good.
I did tan specifically to like kind of have that orangey vibe. Yeah.
Hopefully it's not. Who's the tanner person? I mean, Matt Stevens. What's his tanner name?
Oh, I always forget too.
Gosh,
Oh my god.
it's like
the
Illuma-
Michaela, yeah.
Illusion.
Illusion.
Illusion. It's not illusion.
It is, but
Oh.
I did. It's not. I specifically didn't listen to the directions.
Okay.
I left it on all day because I knew it would be
a little
like
orangey.
Yeah,
Shout
you're
out
only
that.
supposed to leave it for 2 hours. That's why he
Okay.
was upset with Michaela because he thought that Michaela left the tanner on all day to be a little orange. But
Honestly, it looks good though. Like if you would have told me, I'm like,
I
you look tan.
know.
I
Yeah.
like if you said orange, but I'm like, no, it looks tan.
yeah, this is as orange as it gets, so it's still a slay.
love.
So shout out Illusion Bronze.
I love this outfit.
Yeah.
Did you do a full body outfit? I love your outfits. I always love your outfits
'Cause they're
in the
like-
mirror. I'm like afterwards, I'm like, yeah, slay. Did you take
But
one?
now we're just the waist up. The shorts, she wore the skirt. Mine only came as shorts, but the shorts kind of looked like a diaper, the little Oompa Loompa shorts. So I don't know. But I do have
This
little
is the shorts it came with?
stockings. No, these are
Oh.
just my
I
shorts.
was like, they look good.
Because she didn't have the shorts had like a little strap, like little overalls, but she wasn't wearing that. So I'm really trying to be faithful
To the
material.
original. Yeah, I really love this outfit on you. You look very good. The whole thing I thought was so much fun. Like, it was weird. I guess I get it, like why people would be upset, like the family experience. Like you thought, do you know how much it was entry?
It was $44, the equivalent of $44 US. Yeah. To go into this experience, and then it was advertised a lot through Facebook with all like AI images to make it look like, you know, a wonderful little candy land.
I saw that, but like no one thinks that's what it's gonna look like,
I
right?
think people thought it'd be like a little similar.
No, I feel like you see something so AI, like you know it's not gonna. Like
Okay, coming from you who thought all these albums and everything, like all these AI
well, they
things.
trick me. They troll
See?
me.
So you would have been tricked.
That's true. I guess so. But I feel like in general, when you go to these kids things, you expect it's like the Ace family when they did the Ace Fest.
It is very
You remember?
that, yes.
Like Disneyland meets Coachella. But like you go to the thing and you're like, that's kind of what I would expect. I wouldn't expect like Disneyland. Like, you know, I think they hype it up and, you know, I think that's just it is what it is. But I don't know. I feel like kids too, they kind of don't know, right? They said kids were crying, but the kids I saw, they looked like they were kind of having a time. Kids cry. I mean, kids cry at Disneyland. You know what I mean? But it's like, I thought they were having an okay time.
I know. I mean, it didn't look that bad. Like if I would have went, I would have had fun, I think, because it was just so wild.
But the table, the chocolate sundae table, that was bad. That was
bad.
dirty and like unkempt. I was like, okay, that's bad.
It looked like it had been out for like weeks.
Yeah,
you know?
they could have done like cute little like gift bags, you know, like very like cheaply done or something. But what was it? Who did it? Like, who did the event? Who put it on?
It was, I think I saw 3 guys were the ones responsible in Glasgow. So it seemed like a very grassroots kind of thing that these
Just, like,
people
for
were putting
fun.
on. Yeah, I think just a scheme to make money.
Oh, you don't think it was just like they were trying to make
I
it
don't think
good?
they were passionate about Wonka. I think they just wanted to make money and kind of like
that's
scam
sad.
people. Yeah. So that part is sad.
Is it a scam at the end of the day? Like, you did
Well,
get a Wonka experience. Like, you know, you saw Wonka. You had chocolate. There was, like, a space rented out, you know? It wasn't like it was no theme to it.
It kind of gives TanaCon vibes because Christy said that she's surprised because the guy organizing it didn't know anything about running a production. And she says, I think he just sold as many tickets as he could and then just went abandon the script, and just had everyone kind of just like wing it.
Okay.
So I think he just wanted to make as much money as possible.
Okay.
Didn't think everything through all the way. Luckily, no one was sunburned like at TanaCon.
Right.
So.
It's Glasgow. There's never sun there. And honestly, what is there to do in Glasgow? I'm sure that's the most exciting thing that happened there. They're probably
That's
like,
true.
wow.
It is a big cultural moment.
Yeah.
So.
I was like,
to look on the bright side.
I think so too. I think to me it was all fun. I think the internet had fun with it. I'm sure the people, like the actors, they're kind of getting like their notoriety. Like you said, she's like blowing up on TikTok. I think if anything, it's going to help them, you know?
Yeah, and I think she was also upset because that one photo of her that went viral, the like sad one, she was like, of course it's the one where I look ugly. But like there's all these other photos of her like being with the kids and having fun, you know, and like trying to give them a good time.
Yeah.
But I think people started spreading those nice photos around of her like really doing her best to make up for it. So I don't know. It's like a unfortunate kind of situation, but it's so funny. And I feel like everyone kind of found the bright silver lining in it. You know, I think it's had like this uplifting moment.
Yeah. And
so.
the photo though is like so sad.
It is.
Like it is like she literally just looks like so sad. And then like the little chemistry kit coming up, like the smoke. It does look like you're in like a meth lab or something. It looks kind of crazy, but I was all about it. I was like, I think that was the first photo out, right?
Same.
And so everyone was just like, wow. Like what? Poor thing though. It is the worst to be like in an unflattering light and just whatever.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited because I feel like there's going to be like a documentary or something about this at some point. Kind of like
Yeah.
Fire Festival. I feel like there was like a hella documentaries on that one. Remember?
well, that was a little more intense, I feel.
That's true, because you were like on an island or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
you were on an island, and but yeah, you're right. It is very much that because like the sandwiches they would give them. It's like, yeah, I guess you're right. That I don't remember. I don't remember Fire Fest happening. I remember I watched the documentary, but I just don't even know where I was when that happened. Like I don't remember it.
I kind of don't remember it that well either.
Yeah.
I remember the sandwiches, and that's kind of like all I remember.
Yeah, and I remember
Right?
like a bunch of rich people going to an island or something. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And Ja Rule was a part of it.
Was he?
Right?
I don't know. I literally can barely remember it.
I think something happened, but rest in peace. I think he might be dead. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I never want to talk bad about the deceased, but I think, I don't know.
Well,
I like Ja Rule. You remember him, the song with J-Lo, The Way You Walk, the
Oh,
way
yes,
I'm
yes.
real, and I can't go. He's like,
Yes.
Okay.
Slayed it.
You look so good with the bob. I can't get over your
It's
hair.
gonna be like me doing this. Like
I
the
love it.
whole-
And you did your own wig. It's so hard to do wigs.
It took me a second, but and my cat kept stealing it and playing with it, so I was kind of got a little ruffled. But
Do you have a cat?
I have 2 cats. Yeah.
Oh my God. What are their names?
Cheese and Beth.
Okay.
They're quite a pair. I know. Yeah.
Wow. I don't love cats.
I know.
Okay. They eat the fish ever? They ever try to get to them?
No.
Never? They never try to
Surprisingly,
claw up there?
No.
There was a movie called Jungle to Jungle. Did you ever see it?
No.
Martin Short, Tim Allen. I want to say Paul Dano as like an 11-year-old. I don't remember.
Really?
He looks like Paul Dano, but maybe that's not him. And it's like in the 90s. And yeah, the cat eats one of the family fish.
Oh, that's tragic.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what it reminds me of. And I was just like, his name was Mimi Siku. That guy was so, when I was 11, I thought he was so cute, obviously. I don't
The cat?
No,
Oh.
well, no, never a cat, ever. Oh, you could be the cat. That's what you look like too, the Cheshire cat.
Okay.
With
I'll
the
take
stockings
it.
are giving me
The
Cheshire
stripes,
cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I feel
like
it's a
that
very fluid kind of cosplay. It's
Oompa Loompa.
leprechaun vibes.
Leprechaun Chester the cat.
Yeah.
And then, not Chester the cat. what is-
Cheshire?
Cheshire cat. And Zac Efron.
Okay, period.
Yeah.
I'll take all of those.
Did you edit the Zac Efron ET clip that I just saw this morning?
No, Ricky Snicky, that one was not me.
Wait, really? It was a
Yeah.
good editing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was shout out Nina. Nina did that.
Shout out
one.
Nina. Who interviews? Because the interviewer was like, "Hey, saw you at the Iron Claw premiere." I was like, "I want to be this person that keeps seeing them."
Shout
Do you know
out
the person?
Cassie, yeah.
Shout out Cassie. How did she get that job? Damn, she's so lucky. I want to be that so bad. Honestly, that clip made me kind of like John Cena a little bit. I was kind of over
really?
him, and I was like, "Okay, he's kind of charming."
There is a big backlash right now, though, about like influencers doing interviews at like junkets and stuff. Isn't that wild?
Wow.
I've seen it everywhere. But there's some, not all influencers are
Right.
built the same. You know, some of them are just not. Cut
I don't
out
think
for...
any influencer should do any interviews with celebrities except for me, because honestly, it's so cringy. Who did I see? It was oh my God, it's someone I know. They were interviewing Timothy Chalamet and Austin Butler, and I was like, oh no.
Was it
And
the
then
guy?
Sam Thompson?
Yeah.
So I did Celebrity Big Brother
Yeah.
with Sam Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
He's blonde,
Yes,
blonde
and
British.
he was-
Okay, so you
yes.
know the interview I'm talking about where
About
he's
the
asking.
sex scenes or-
yeah,
yeah.
with Zendaya, he's asking about Timothy and like, that's your friend's girl, mate. And blah, like, and he's like, it's acting. Like, and it was just so awkward. It was so weird. And the way he
Yeah.
was like pushing it, and the guy was just like, I mean, Timothy Chalamet handling it so well. But I was just like, this is so cringe. Like, Sam Thompson, I don't know what he was known for. Honestly, he was on Celebrity Big Brother with me. I still don't know what he's known for. I think he's known for like shows like, kind of like, what are those like Love Island shows?
That's what I was going to say. It gives me Harry Jowsey vibes.
Very
but,
much that.
yeah.
Very much that. Him and I like fought so much in the house. Like honestly, like they didn't even show half the fights, but he was just so like obnoxious and all this stuff, whatever. And then I see him like doing these interviews, and I was like, is he like qualified to be doing this? Because he's trying to be. You can tell, and a lot of influencers are like this. That's why I think I'd be such a good like interviewer. Because I really, first of all, I think I am a good interviewer, but especially at junkets, like you don't want to make it about you.
Yes.
And he kind of just did. Like he was, oh, I would do this, and I would think this, and it's like no one's asking. You're not the actor. You're not even the interview. You're literally just there to like ask questions about like. I don't know. They had the camera on him, so I'm having to think maybe whatever that was for, whatever station it was for, whatever. Maybe they thought he was like a celebrity interviewer.
Well, at Junkins they always have a camera on the reporter.
But the ET one they do?
I just don't use it when I edit. But like,
I see. Oh, they always do. Interesting. I never see it. I never see the other person. Not even just ET. I think in general, I never see
people. It usually stays on like the actor, or whatever. But I think it depends on how you edit it. Like,
why do they even film that person then?
If it's different for every outlet. So like for the ones that air like on broadcast, like it'll cut when they're asking the question, it'll cut to like the interviewer and then go back and forth. So it kind of just depends on usually long form, like the package they show the interviewer.
I want to do it so bad. That one was so cringy though. I was just like, oh God, this is a perfect reason why like influencers should not be, because this is also like interviewing is just like a different skill set.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like really like making it not about you. You're such a good interviewer. Like when we watch our older interviews, I was like, oh my God, you're so good because you like know everything. You keep it pretty short. It's always about the person. And I feel like, I don't know.
It's a balance because like too, like you want to relate to them, but you don't want to like make it all about you. And it's like, you have to learn how to like do that. That's why I don't think sometimes it works. Like I think Tyler Oakley used to do it and I think he was good.
Oh, I never saw.
This was back like 2015 maybe. Like he used to do it. He did a good job. The Amelia from the Chicken Shop Date, that girl.
Oh, yeah, she's good.
Yeah, she has a journalism background, though, so I think that helps her a lot.
Was she doing Oscar stuff recently? Yeah.
She does every award show, but she's also
the one
Oscars.
where they're, like, having dinner or whatever. Like, she's sitting across. That was so good. I didn't recognize her at first, but I was like, oh, she's pretty good.
Yeah.
She's talking to Pedro Pascal and stuff, and I was like, oh,
she's so good. She does, like, literally every red carpet now, and she's, like, technically an influencer, I guess, but, like, her background is journalism, but, yeah, it kind of just depends, because I think also Haley Khalil.
I don't know her.
You know her. Haley, yes.
Oh, Bailey.
Yes.
Haley Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did interviews, and so did Drew.
Did?
I think Drew Ofulio also did one.
Oh.
And then for Dune, I maybe Dune.
Wait, really?
I think so. Or because
for TikTok or something?
I think, yeah. And then there was like a lot of people complaining about them too. I didn't see any of the clips. I
didn't
just
see any of that. Yeah.
Like in this larger discussion, there was like a big article that was like, should content creators be interviewing celebrities?
See.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep positive. Let me take it back a little bit. You know, like, presented the opportunity. Like, of course, why would someone say no to it, right?
Totally.
You know what I mean? But they maybe should give them, like, media. I didn't see the two girls. I'm not talking about them. But, like, maybe give them, like, training. Or, you know, I think, because we were talking about this with The Bachelor, too. I think they, like, kind of give him training on how to, like, handle girls. Because, you know, The Bachelor, they always dump trauma on him. I think they tell him, too, like, on the dates. Like, okay, say something traumatic in your life because they always are saying the most. And he always has the really good responses. And I'm like, I bet they, like, train him how to, like, react and what to say. You know, he's like, oh, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for. So I think, like, they should provide that if, like, influencers, because, like, again, I'm just jealous that I don't get to interview, but I guess, like, given the opportunity, like, yeah, who would say no to it? But when you're interviewing people like Timothée Chalamet and, like, Austin Butler, I don't think Sam Thompson is the one to do the interview.
Totally, yeah.
He could do, is there bit characters? I don't know, whoever the bit
maybe
characters
like John Cena he could do.
Totally.
Like Ricky Stenicki.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Zac Efron is so good with interviewers. Like, he makes everyone feel, like, comfortable. And I love him. How do we get him on? He's doing press right now for Ricky Stenicki. I want him on so bad. Well,
you know a lot of girls who know him intimately, so I think...
I don't think that's going to get me there. I would love... Oh, man. I wish... Oh, that's my biggest wish right now. I love John Cena from that clip. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good clip of it.
Maybe I'm going to give Ricky Stenicki a try, and maybe that'll...
For sure, me too. Yeah. Obviously. Is it come out this weekend, right?
I think so, yeah.
It's only streaming?
Yeah. I think on Prime, like Prime Video.
Yeah. Shout out Prime. Oh my God, Amazon has all the money. Can you please buy us? I swear, everybody has Amazon money. Every pitch I've done, like, I do, like, pitches for TV shows. Like, it's, like, not my TV shows, but other people, like, will create these shows, and I pitch for them. And I always go... Back in the day, it would be for, like, NBC, MTV. I literally just spit and it's, like, going down. But literally all the pitches lately have been for Amazon. I've been going to the Amazon studios and, like, it's, like, in Culver, like, literally, like, so much to pitch shows. So I'm like, are these the people that have the money? Like, is this the only place people are going? I don't know.
Jeff Bezos money, I guess.
Jeff Bezos money. Zach Sang's with Amazon. Please, Amazon, buy us. I think Spotify ran out of money, so I think we're going to go to Amazon. They definitely ran out of money for sure. Just from people I've, like, heard from and stuff, it just sounds like they like, spent all their money and, like, they're like, we don't have any more now. At least not risking it for podcasts. But I'm excited for Ricky Stenicki. I love love Zac Efron so much.
What about Dune? Are you gonna see Dune?
Did you see it?
I did see Dune 2.
Oh,
Yes,
we
Dune Part 2.
actually were trying because Moses really wants to see it, and I was like, you know what, it'd be good to talk about for Hot Topics. Ours was like literally sold out, except for like the front 2 rows. So like we were trying to go Sunday, Saturday, like it was sold out. Was it good? Was it worth it?
It was good. Yeah, my boyfriend booked it like weeks in advance. My boyfriend is a Dune head.
Dune head. Dune
whatever.
buggy.
Dune buggy. But because I saw you also tweeting about Dune, and I think we're in the similar space. Because like I watched it, I kind of got it, sort of, but I don't know. Like
I wouldn't.
I'm not like dumb. Like I know I'm smart in a lot of ways, but I don't know. I kind of got it. I kind of didn't. I had to watch like videos explaining it, and I still don't really get Dune. So I don't know.
That's what people are saying. They're like, you kind of have to watch spoilers so you can kind of know what's going on a little bit.
There's a lot of lore.
I can't get into it. Is it sci-fi still, right? It's like futuristic.
Yes.
I'm the same way. I literally know I'm smart, but I really do feel so dumb watching those movies. And everyone's like, don't watch the original. We watched the original because I was like, oh, I love Kyle MacLachlan, you know, obviously. And even him couldn't sell it for me. I just fell asleep. But it wasn't, and I was trying. I wasn't even looking at my phone. Like I was really trying. And I was just literally had no idea. Most would be like, oh, did you hear what they said? And I'm like, literally no. And I wasn't even thinking about anything else. I wasn't on my phone. I'm like, I actually have no clue what they just said. He's like, they said this is us. Like, no idea. And then I was like, oh, is that the sandworm? It was something like flying. He's like, no, the sandworm was shown like a scene ago. And I was like, I don't like. It was all so confusing, and the way they talk, and it's a really. First of all, I will say I love the old movies because they're all sets. There's no CGI, so that's why I wish like. The new Wicked, I thought, because the sets are so beautiful, I thought it would be like less CGI, and there's so much CGI. Anyways, that's my only critique. But I love when there's like old movies and the sets are so grand and so big, and it looks really cool. But had no idea. But Dune 2, I want to see because I do love Austin Butler. If I really like someone in the movie, I feel like I could get into it. But if I can't understand it, then I'm gonna be like, ugh, what am I doing here?
This is a hot girl's guide to Dune. Okay,
let's hear it.
Timothée Chalamet. He is the like Messiah. He's with this is spoiler free, by the way, because I couldn't spoil it if I tried.
you don't know what happened.
Yeah. So Timothée Chalamet, he's like the Messiah. Zendaya is like a native kind of girl. His whole family is like axed, so then that he ends up with like the Zendaya and her people. Then half the people thinks he's like this Messiah that's gonna save him. The other half don't believe it.
Oh, kind of biblical.
Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be like a cautionary tale about like don't get too much power because absolute power corrupts absolutely. So you don't want to be too powerful.
Is that what it was?
That's kind of the metaphor. That's
Who
kind
had
of
all
what
the
the
power?
vibe is for. They're all it's kind of Game of Thrones vibes. Like everyone's trying to like fight for it, fight for
the
control.
power.
Yeah, Austin Butler is bald but hot.
Yeah, he looks so hot.
He looks really good in it. I guess Austin Butler apparently was like improvising a lot because a lot of the iconic scenes where he like licks a knife, he just did that. Like he made that up.
That's a good scene.
There's one scene where he kisses his like uncle on the lips in the movie, and he improv that as well. So
okay, going the Barry Keoghan route.
Yeah,
just a little risky. I'm like, that's your uncle.
I was gonna like, okay.
Why did he do that? What was the choice?
I think he's a very interesting actor. I think. I don't know. He gets very into it, I guess. But everyone was great. The movie, it was fun to look at. Like, it was very beautiful.
Okay.
It was shot beautifully. I'm sure it was like a beautiful, perfect, amazing, incredible movie.
People said
Acting
that. They
great.
went crazy. Yeah.
But the whole time I was just thinking, like, I hate sand. Like, I would rather die than like have to live in all that.
That was
sand.
our proposal, was on the sand dunes.
Yeah. Oh my.
Literally, when we watched the first movie, that's what Mo said. He's like, "There's our proposal." I was like, "Ugh." Is that why? First of all, I originally hated our proposal on the sand dunes. I was like, oh, really? And then watching that, I was like, oh no. Is that why you did it? Because you love Dune? He like goes crazy for these movies.
No, I told you why I did that, because I knew you will be in glam and we have a photographer and all that. So
we got engaged in
It was
Dune.
the only way to surprise you, like an actual surprise.
We should have cosplayed as the Dune people.
Oh, yeah.
Next time we could go do an updated recreation.
No, but here at least you were a princess, and the Dune people, you just have a wetsuit, basically a water suit. And
you love that though. The original one, they have like sweat that becomes water. He was pointing it out to me. I was like, okay.
I mean, at some point they were saying water is life, and
oh my god.
Yeah, the movie is all about.
It is making sense.
It's very
like,
Moses
the
coded.
cycle of water and all
The
that.
droplets, love it.
But yeah, the Dune. I mean, the opening shot looks like the Dune we got engaged on.
Maybe it was. It's in California. It's like Indio or something like that. It took us 5 hours to get to. Maybe that's where they shot the remake Where did they shoot it? Do we know?
Not in America, I don't think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't in America.
Back to him kissing his uncle. Like, it is kind of weird when you're an actor, though, like, if you improv that kind of thing, right? Because, like, you're not really getting consent. I'm not saying whatever, but I'm like, or is it just, like, no holds bar when you're acting? It's like, just do whatever to me.
I kind of think it is that, right? Kind of like, well, I think it's different if it's, like, an intimate kind of scene, because those are, like, very choreographed.
Right.
Like,
Someone's just, like, grabbing something they shouldn't.
Yeah, because, like, Timothy and Zendaya have intimate scenes, but I'm sure those are very, like, you know, you have someone coordinating, intimacy coordinator to like get all that organized. But I think that a little smooch, you kind of just, you go in the moment, I think.
Wow.
I don't know. I would love, we need like an actors on actors, but you and Austin Butler, like having a conversation.
He asked me about Just Trish. I was like,
well,
so
they'll
let me
go
tell
through
you.
music videos and stuff. Yeah.
No, I love Austin Butler. He can do no wrong. I was just like thinking about that. I was just like, that's so weird. Like, what if I'm doing like, okay, I'm on the Idol 2 with The Weeknd, and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna just improv a kiss right here. Like that seems kind of, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I guess maybe there's like an understanding.
I think Austin is kind of the guy that he sits a lot and crafts in his mind what things he can do to become the main character. You know, like.
Right. Well, he is the main character in my eyes.
Exactly. So that I think that's what he works a lot on.
He is. I love him. Barry Keoghan too. I always think about that scene in Saltburn too. I'm like, kind of weird to just like take your thing out and just start doing it without like. Where are people like? What's happening? Is this like? You know what I mean? It doesn't fit to me. It doesn't fit his character, right? Like, or it doesn't fit the movie. It doesn't fit anything. Look, it's a scene and it made it. Whatever. We love and I love Barry Keoghan. But if I was on the set, I'd be like, wait. This is not it. It's weird how they just let them keep going with whatever. I guess that's why I'm not an actress. I don't know. Barry Keoghan was smitten. Did you see him?
Yeah, at the Airs tour.
Oh my God, he had his like face covered. He was like,
I know.
I kind of live for Sabrina Carpenter's nasty era. She's being so sexual.
I know. Sabrina Carpenter, her thing is like at the end of Nonsense, she does like a little outro. Every time she performs it live, she will write something different based on like the city she's in, and it's always about sex or D's or anything. Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I heard the Singapore and then I heard the Australian one, and I was just like, oh my God, kind of
there's like a mashup because she was on tour in America first, like on her own like headlining tour, and every city was like something different.
Oh my God.
And even like people were trying to like write their own like nonsense outro. She said, y'all don't get it, like because all of them were so bad. She's like,
she's like, stop, don't do this. I love it.
I know. And then, but I was kind of gagged because like going all the way to Singapore, I guess there must be really serious, Barry and Sabrina.
That is wild. But I guess if I was like performing on like the Eras tour in front of like, you know, all those people, I'd want my guy to see me too.
Yeah.
But he's busy, so
I guess now he's finally done with like all the promo for his like projects.
So it's real. They're together.
Yeah. I still can't really process Barry and Sabrina though. I don't know.
They look so much like each other. It always freaks me out when people date people who look like them.
I guess that, yeah, when you said that and putting them side by side, I kind of see it. But in my head, Sabrina, I think this happens to you a lot too. I kind of just remember her as a little girl.
Oh, yeah, from Girl Meets World. Yes. That's what I think too. I was like, wait, why is she singing like this? It's so crazy.
I forget that she's like a grown like woman now, but it's
he looks like kind of an old man in like a young body. So it's kind of like, wait, he looks like he's 50, but he's dating this like girl who looks like she's 12.
So it's a little off-putting, you know. Like,
I get it.
But
they're tiny people though.
Yeah.
You know, they're both like little in stature.
It is more power to him, I guess.
Is he Irish?
I think so, right?
Barry Keoghan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yes.
This might sound weird, or maybe it's offensive, and we can cut it if it's offensive. I don't think it is. Are there real leprechauns in Ireland?
Oh my God, that's a good question.
Do we know? Is there like a string of leprechauns? Because some people look like leprechauns, and not even in a bad way, but...
I don't know. I mean, I think I even saw somebody just recently showing like a mummified body of a leprechaun. And I think in general around the world, people have seen some kind of fairies, and there's different kinds, not just fairies, but there's other.
I should do a tavern about leprechauns. Yeah. We should bring all this up there. That's so they would meet the fairies.
So there's just like mermaids, there's sirens. Like there's different kinds. So I'm sure.
Babe, I don't think there's mermaids, sweetie bear.
But there's sirens.
I don't think so.
Like, there's a lot of people.
You think there's half fish, half human?
Well, I don't know what it is exactly, but there's definitely sirens. Like people have seen and heard them. But all I'm saying is,
I don't think that's real.
Around the world, there's things that over there they might call it leprechaun, and another place they call it a fairy, on another place, you know.
I wonder if Irish people take offense to that.
That's a good question.
We have a little gay leprechaun over here. Who would play? Here's a fun game. Who would play the gay leprechaun in the movie? about a gay leprechaun?
Oh, good question.
Like right away, I think Neil Patrick Harris, but he might be a little older.
My first thought is Troye Sivan, but maybe just because that's the first like twink I can think of.
Barry
First-
Keoghan.
Oh yeah, but would
He's
it be
got the
offensive
accent.
if he's straight?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
I see what you're
like,
saying.
we have to open the roles to LGBT first and then go from there, I think.
Oh, that's a tough one.
So maybe if Troy passes, then Barry Keoghan.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. I can see. Okay, maybe I'm really trying to play this game because I feel like it sounds offensive, but it's not. You know, because leprechauns to me are cute.
They are cute. I guess I just Googled it. If
Are
they're
they real?
It says no, and that they're mischievous and they pull pranks. David
Ooh,
Dobrik.
that's cute though. I call my daughter. She always has a mischievous face. She always like a little
Up to
mischievous.
something.
Yeah, that's cute. All
Yeah.
right, I'm not mad at him. I would love to see a leprechaun.
I would too.
That'd be cute. I don't think they're all like short either. I think there's like different sizes and stuff.
Do they all have red hair and beards? I don't know.
I think that's every Irish person, right? Like Ed Sheeran.
Barry Keoghan.
Yeah. Well, he's redhead kind of, right?
Is he? I don't think so. I think he's brunette.
Really?
Killian Murphy, he's brunette.
Is he Irish?
Yeah.
He talks with an Irish accent?
Yeah.
Never heard him talk.
Niall Horan.
God, they all have those crazy eyes too. Like those like piercing, like soul-sucking eyes. Wow, maybe there is something to it. Oh, you know a lot of Irish people.
I
Damn.
guess so. Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't even name any other Irish people. Liam Neeson, is he Irish?
That sounds Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson. I think U2 is Irish.
You too?
Yeah, the band? Yeah.
Okay.
They're the royalty of Ireland.
I don't know any Irish people. Anyways, maybe Nicole Kidman too. I don't know.
I don't think she's Irish. She's
something.
Australian.
Oh.
Close, I guess.
She has red hair.
When?
Nicole Kidman?
She's a blonde.
No.
Yes.
Editor, bring up the side by side.
Well, the side by side of what?
She always has red hair. Always.
She always has
Are
blonde
you?
hair.
You're like Mandela effect right now.
I swear.
type
Maybe
it in.
strawberry blonde when she was younger.
She always had red hair. Nicole Kidman, red hair. Type it.
I was typing it.
What'd you type?
Oh, I guess she's naturally redhead. You're right.
I finally
But
won
now
something.
she's blonde.
Okay, well.
Yeah, when she was younger, she had red hair. Wait,
Yeah, I always remember her with like red hair.
I maybe she's naturally redhead. That's
Can you
interesting.
find the most famous Irish people? Like, can you do a Google search? of
Okay.
Ed Sheeran.
Famous
He played
Irish.
the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an English. Yeah, that's. Oh, maybe it's English. God, that's a confusing song. Fell in love with an Irish. Played her fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an English man.
Some of these I don't know.
Who's like the top?
Maureen O'Hara. You know her?
No.
Okay. Ernest Shackleton.
No. What? What is this list of people? Oh,
Liam Neeson,
he is Irish.
He is Irish.
Pierce Bronson,
He's Irish?
Bono, Oscar Wilde,
Oh, shout out.
Oh, shout out.
Colin Farrell,
Oh, right. Colin Farrell. Mm-hmm. He could be a leprechaun. He could be a gay leprechaun.
Enya, the music,
Okay. Is she the one that
Sinead
sings like,
O'Connor,
oh, yeah, like the whales?
Conor McGregor,
Don't know. Oh, McGregor's. Yeah. Okay.
Io Edeberry, the honorary Irish.
I was like, oh, yeah, she is. And then I was like, no. I love that, though. Shout out. Shout out to the Irish people. Sorry, I don't know any of you personally.
Jamie Dornan. I like Jamie Dornan.
From 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. Shout out.
God, there's a lot of Irish people. Who knew? Never had any ambition to go to Ireland, but
Yeah, me either. I don't think. But shout out. We appreciate.
shout out.
What do you mean? I mean, I've been there many times. It's
Oh!
a beautiful. It's
I
a
find out something
beautiful
about you every
place.
day. He's like, that I was there every summer.
Pretty
When?
much.
Why? Just
No,
exploring?
Ireland is beautiful. A
Okay.
beautiful island. The people are great. and
Ireland
they're-
is an island?
Yes.
No.
And they're the best storytellers. I mean,
God.
you just go to a bar and they just start talking. You're like, just never stop.
Wow.
Wow.
You are a
I'm
fan.
a big fan. Yeah.
Oh my God. Is that a McIntyre from Ireland?
Is he?
I think so. Did he say he met up with Colleen in Dublin?
But he's maybe he's
Scottish.
Scotland.
I think he's Irish. Remember, he said he went to Dublin.
don't know,
he's like, my
but
parents drove me to Dublin when I was 15.
But
He
to
is.
me-
He is Irish.
Oh my God.
He's from Northern
He
Ireland.
could play a gay leprechaun.
Yes. Okay.
Perfect.
With Just Trish produced.
We'll live. I'm there for it. And we mean that with all the love in the world because I think gay leprechauns are the cutest thing in the whole world. That's so cute.
Love that.
I love that. Oh my God. Okay, Ireland, we're coming. Just Trish is going to be there.
I feel like we also have to address the Kate Middleton stuff, since I feel like you kind of weirdly manifested it in a way.
First of all, no. What? Do not lump me in there. I manifested none of that. Yes, Derek, one of our producers, asked us to talk about Kate Middleton. Derek, shout out, one of our producers on Patreon, patreon.com/Trish says to talk about Kate Middleton going missing. Everyone says she got a BBL and bangs.
Yeah, the conspiracies are wild.
Is she okay though? Like, do we know?
Well, she got abdominal surgery, but no one, like, it was never disclosed like what specifically it was that she had surgery for, or like why. Just abdominal surgery.
That could definitely be BBL for sure.
That technically, you're right, is abdominal area.
That's what I got. Yeah, they suck it out of there and put it in there for sure.
And the surgery was planned. So I saw somebody doing a very analyze the PR of the whole thing, and they said it's a planned surgery, and they're not going to disclose any information about
cosmetic.
it. Respect their privacy.
Well, no one's respecting their privacy. Everyone's just all up in their business. What if they? You know what? The royal family does seem a little shady. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Princess Diana, like, you know, that was like the first like ominous thing. You know, it's like, I don't know. They all seem to kind of go missing and then be like, what if she's getting replaced right now, like with a clone or something? You know, to be more like observant and royal, and because like Prince William, he like vanished out of something he was supposed to be at, and it's like
and Queen Camilla is going on vacation right now. It's a weird time in the royal family.
Where's Charles?
I think he's just there's been photos of him recently, so he's still like out, but he's also like recovering and like kind of laying low, I think. But yeah, it is kind of crazy, like, because she always is like being photographed. Granted, the palace did say like she won't be out in public until like after Easter.
Kate?
Yeah. But it is weird because,
like, yeah, how do you just go missing completely? Even if you have cosmetic surgery, I mean, you can be seen in like a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, there was theories that it could be like marital problems, or that she's also in a coma. I don't know. There's like
coma
all these,
from what? The surgery?
All these crazy. It gets dark. There's all these crazy conspiracy theories. Yeah. I saw one that they think Will was like aggressive and like did something to put her in the coma.
Oh my God.
They're really wild.
Who starts these royal family rumors? Like, they get so out of control so quickly. Like, who's talking about this? Who's saying it?
People that started the rumor about
Oh my God. I feel like if the royal family had like an Illuminati or something, like, I feel like I'd be recruited to like take them out or something like that. It's so scary. When I keep hearing about these like deaths and stuff, like, I'm like, can people just stop like dying? Like, I just think it's sad. I don't know.
It is. I don't know. It is very the
and
royal
it's like
family,
dark, like you said. Like, the brother's not talking to her, and Diana warned them that, like, you know, they would try to separate the boys so they wouldn't be in power, and it's just like so weird. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like any of the royal family drama.
And then the palace did issue a statement when the conspiracy theories were going viral that they said, we made it clear that she is recovering and there won't be any major updates coming from us or whatever until she's seen in Easter. So, and they said we provided a real a timeline before she had her surgery, and we're sticking to that. So,
oh my God, something is sus for sure.
But it did when you were talking about Charles or whatever. You did say if it was someone cute like Kate Middleton. So.
I didn't know. Oh my God, because I was like, wait, why am I looped in this? Oh my God.
They're watching the podcast. And
oh my God, that's what I'm saying. What if I'm being recruited and I don't even know? I'm like doing something dark and I'm not even know. I'm like, don't use my uterus to do this, okay? Oh my God, it is crazy. And we are rising to power right now in the social media world. So, oh my God, I want nothing to do with it. Take me out, British
Maybe
Illuminati.
It all started with Celebrity Big Brother, because then I did see one of Kate Middleton's uncles is going to be on Celebrity Big Brother. So then I'm like, maybe they watched you on Celebrity Big Brother, and that was kind of like the inception of
my
own
gosh.
conspiracy
They're like
theory
this
happening.
one right here.
Yeah, she's gonna.
I would love to go back on Celebrity Big Brother. They're coming back. I would love to do it. I think maybe
I don't know if you should now go to the UK.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I might get abducted or something like that.
No, they'll accept you as royalty.
No.
You are the mother of the new queen.
Oh, that's true. I'm the
I
queen
think they'll be
mother.
happy to
Kate
see you.
Middleton.
That's true. They actually should be raising me up at Malibu if she's the queen.
I mean, one day
reincarnate.
Malibu will travel to England, and she wouldn't even know, and receive a royal,
Oh my God.
when they welcome you to the airport.
Wouldn't that be crazy? I wonder if one day they could actually like figure out like reincarnation for real and be like, oh yeah, this was your life, this was your life. You know how they have like 23andMe?
Oh yeah,
like doing that for like what your past lives.
You can go to some psychics and they tell your past life.
Get the psychic twins on here. They'll tell you. I remember psychic twins told me, I was like, oh my God, they told me something crazy, like as Alexander the Great or something like that. I was like, wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they really went wild. I think Joey too. They said he was some like mermaid or something.
Oh, you're so
do you remember?
right. I do remember that.
They're like, you were this and you were Cleopatra. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I think they told me I was like Marilyn Monroe or something too. I mean, it's wild. It's probably still up there. I don't know. They had some
It doesn't make sense because basically everyone were kings and queens back then. There were only few kings and queens back then.
Well, they'd only do YouTubers. So I guess they were implying that YouTubers were the royalty.
Oh, royal.
Where are the psychic twins now?
I don't know. They would do the craziest psychic readings. I remember everyone too was like, oh, the psychic twins predicted this. It was like me getting married or something like that. And I was like, or I think it was my breakup. I think they were like, yeah, we don't see you guys being together. And everyone's like, wow, the psychic twins do. I'm like, I think anybody would know. I don't think it's like, wow, it doesn't work. But then you remember they got their elections wrong. They said Hillary Clinton was going to win.
You're right. I think that was when things shifted.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but you said they were definitely going to win. It's like, well, technically they're like, she did win this vote or something
You're
like that.
so right.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
And everyone's like, I don't know if we believe you anymore.
Oh my God.
Shout out Psychic Twins. That was another one Shane was trying to make happen. It was definitely a Shane Dawson production, those Psychic Twins. He was getting everybody readings. I wonder if he had a percentage. He was really trying to make them happen.
That is a good thing, like a good rabbit hole to go down because it is he really set everyone up with the Psychic Twins. Everyone had a Psychic Twins collab.
Everyone did, yeah. That was kind of everything. I believed it in the moment too. I was like, ooh,
Same.
I
watched them all and
Did you?
ate it up. I was like, oh my God.
Like, wow, you're so good.
Maybe they told him, you will one day make a psychic twins famous.
Oh, and he thought that was his mission? He's like, okay, now it's my calling
They
to
should
do
have
it.
warned him about the tati of it all.
Maybe
know?
they did. We'll have to rewatch those interviews. Maybe somebody will watch and be like, oh, they did know. Because really, you have a 50-50 chance, right, of predicting something,
Yeah,
because
true.
they're pretty vague. So it's like, yeah, you could probably.
Yeah.
It's like the people who talk to like the dead, like those psychic
Like the
mediums.
mediums, yeah.
It's like someone with an A, and then someone's like, "Oh my God, I don't know." Like I don't know if I believe. I don't know if I believe it. I don't know. Do you believe in mediums?
I don't know. I'm skeptical about it, but I think I would be easily swayed. Like if I was sitting there with a reading and they were telling me stuff, I would get into it. I think.
Yeah.
But I think me sitting here, I'm like skeptical.
I'm a little skeptical of it.
Yeah.
I'm also like, even if it was real, I don't know if like we should be communicating with it. There's this movie I like saw a clip of it on TikTok. I didn't watch it. It's called like The Other Side of the Door. Do you know anybody know this movie? It was basically like this woman lost her son to drowning, and then this person comes to visit, and like you can say goodbye to your son and tell him you're sorry one last time, but whatever you do, he's gonna ask you to like open the door, and like whatever you do, don't open the door to the temple or whatever. And of course the lady opens the door because her son's asking, but it was like an evil spirit that inhabited the son's body, and then all the dead souls come through the door or something like that. And it's like basically the whole point of the movie is like you're not supposed to communicate with the dead, like they're supposed to cross over and have their journey, and the people who don't are like these stuck souls or whatever. And I was like, maybe we shouldn't even be trying to communicate with the dead. Like let them rest in peace. Oh, there was I don't know who it was, and it's honestly not even worth mentioning, but it was someone who recently passed and people were trying to communicate. It might have been a YouTuber a while ago, maybe a year or two ago, and they were trying to communicate, and they would like hear their voice through one of those like machines or something. I was like, yeah, I was like, just let them rest. I'm like, I don't know, because at the end of the day, don't you want your soul and you want to rest in peace? You don't want to be brought back by pranksters and like, oh, let's see what she says. It's like, I don't know, and then you're just stuck here and you're like in this trapped world. I don't know. You said something about how not to be trapped. What was it?
Well, you were talking about what you do with your body after people die. You have to let the body go back to the cycle of nature.
And what did I ask you? Oh, I wanted to.
You wanted to put the water in the bottle.
Oh, yeah.
The water in the body in the bottle.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, no, that traps the soul.
Oh, yeah. We won't
Instead
do that
of letting
then.
it go.
Gotta just let it go back into the earth.
Most cases, the good cases are helping people move on. Some spirits get stuck here.
You believe in it?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Yeah. So some people get possessed or they have a spirit in the house or something, and somebody comes and help them move on to the next life.
You think people get stuck? Why do they get stuck though?
Yeah. I mean, the whole Book of the Dead, the all of those ceremonies and things are to help when somebody dies is to help their soul at that moment move on, because they get, something like frazzled. They're like, what just happened? They see their family cry.
Oh my God.
But they need to move on. You have to help them move on.
I'm going to be doomed. Everyone's going to be trying to keep me to stay here. They're going to be trying to tap into me and stuff. I'm going to be like, oh no, let me just rest in peace. I'll be trolled for the rest of my life, even after my life. Who was Wendy talking about? I saw a clip of her where she's like, oh, she died? She passed away?
Oh.
I was like, what are you talking about?
I forget.
Like,
I just
"Aw."
saw that meme.
I was like, and then she's like, oh well. I was like, oh my God. She was wild.
Remember when Tati, it was like her comeback post, like, bye sister. And I remember this specifically where she was like, the one thing I ask, it was like the end, like a big emotional comeback. And at the end, she's like, the one thing I ask is no divination, no anything like that. I don't want nothing to do with it. Like, she was like,
I remember that.
I remember because it was like so out of pocket. It
No
was like,
divination, she said?
like, no, she doesn't want any, like, I think it was a little Aphrodite shade maybe. She was like, I don't want any tarot readings, no divination. Nothing. I love it because she literally, I remember her going like that.
Really?
Nothing to do with that. Was the one thing she had. Like, she didn't care about like T channels or any of that. She didn't
want a
want
reading.
Yeah.
Aphrodite. Wow. He's supposed to come on. We're trying to get him on. He's like in Texas, but he said he'd fly out.
Oh,
We're
is
gonna
he
try.
in Texas?
Yeah, but we're gonna try. You know who was Holly? She's like, we should get Aphrodite to do readings. And I was like, wow, she's like a fan. And I was like, okay, I love Aphrodite. He came to one of my
Same.
shows in Texas. Shout out. It was my Heartbreak tour, and he was there, and it was so great. And it was so wonderful. He's wonderful. He's very also just Trish coded. He
Yes,
has
all
little
pink.
and-
Yes, I love it.
So he says he's down, and then Holly, she was like, oh, he's never had good crumble. She knew all this stuff about him. Like, crumble cookies get, like, messed up to him. She was looking him good crumble. So we're going to try and have him and Holly and all of us, and we're trying to coordinate it. It's going to be a very big coordination, but
I
we'll
love
figure it
that
out.
Holly went down that rabbit hole.
Oh
no
my
pun
God, no,
intended.
she's like, no, I would like love him. And I was like, I love that you love him. That's so cool. That's what I love about Holly. I love that she's so like social media savvy and so cool. And I was like, absolutely, I live it. I love it. And I love how she like wants to come on to do a reading. I was like, girl, you have like TV shows coming out and stuff. I want her to come on always, but she's also booked and busy. Everyone's booked and busy. Tiana,
I know.
Brooke. Someone wanted to talk about Brooke. I don't know. I didn't want to get, I don't know. Maybe it's too drama. I'm trying to keep everything positive. Someone, one of our producers, wait, where is it? I have it. Richard D, our producer tier, says Brooke on Whitney. He wanted to know about Whitney saying Brooke doesn't have borderline personality disorder. Did you see this?
Oh, I didn't watch it.
I didn't either. So maybe we should talk about it if I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
It sounds wild though. I was like,
know.
wait, what? I saw a TikTok. I saw a little TikTok clip. But you know, those things can be taken out of context. So I'm trying not to judge too much. But
Yeah.
I think she was just saying, she was telling Brooke she didn't have it or something, which is why. Okay, I have to. I don't know. Maybe I feel like I'm the only one that talks about this because it is one-sided beef. And Brooke brought it up too on Whitney. So I just want to say shout out Brooke for having my back. Honestly. Whatever, just clarifying that I'm trying to be this reformed person. I have a one-sided beef with Whitney Cummings from forever ago. I was always kind of jealous of her. I don't know why. She was just like one female that I was like so jealous of and I was such a hater on for so long. So I was always like this one-sided beef. Her like producer had reached out to be on her podcast and I was like so rude to the producer for no reason. I thought it was someone on my side and I didn't know it was someone on her side.
That happens to you a few times.
No, I feel like it was just Whitney. Who else was it? Was it someone else? Did I do it to someone else? Because I learned from that. I was like, oh, I was so embarrassed because I remember the producer wrote back. I was like, oh, this is like actually like Whitney's assistant. And I was like, oh, and I really did feel bad. I don't know. This was like 2019. It was, you guys know about 2019. It's like rock bottom. It was really bad. But I feel like I've learned. Have I done it since?
No, not since. I think it was around that same time.
Did I do it to someone else?
Yeah.
Probably. I was.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I was like weirdly rude in email to people. I don't know. So it was always my one side beef. She didn't tell Brooke on air what it was. She actually said it. She said, I'll tell you off air, making it sound worse. I'm like, maybe there's something I did that was worse. But that's what I know of it. But Whitney was nice to me too, and she's like, oh, I think she's a good podcaster or whatever. And she said to have her on. Anyways, and Brooke's like, oh, you would love her. I know Brooke and Tana love her. I literally, like I said, I've had one-sided beef. I've always been embarrassed by it ever since. I actually work with that guy now, so it's like so weird, full circle. I'm like, okay. I don't think we ever talked about it, but I kind of want to talk to him about it. I'm like, I'm so sorry that I was like rude to you for literally no reason. And Whitney too. I was just like, ew, no, I would never. I was like weirdly, I don't know. I don't know why. I like really did not like Whitney, and she did absolutely. I knew nothing about her. I think I was just jealous. She had her own TV show, and I was so jealous of it. But speaking of that, Crystalia, did you see the Crystalia shade? Oh, where's your shade button? Crystalia shade on. Do you know Crystalia? Do you know his scandals? Oh,
no.
I love that button. Where did you get that?
I got it at DragCon, and I just saw it.
Oh, that's why you brought it for the drag.
Yes, this drag segment.
Drag race segment,
Yeah.
which I have a lot of love and butterflies and positivity going out for my drag race fans. But you don't know anything about Crystalia?
Not really. I know he had a show with Whitney at some point, like a sitcom.
I think it was called Whitney.
I know. Oh yeah, you're so right. It was
so,
Whitney.
I think.
And I know he was something with was it younger girl or something?
Yeah, I don't know if he hooked up with or just DM'd younger girls. Like I want to say they were like 17, I think.
Grace?
Yeah.
No, he would meet every night with girls in general.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Like,
And when he kind
he
of
was
denounced him.
he was an addict,
still gross, but it's a little bit different than like a drug addict when you're like involving like minors.
No, I'm not saying it in a positive. I'm just saying he was an addict. He would do it uncontrollably all the time.
I feel like
everywhere.
addicts I have more empathy for. But anyways, side note. But SNL, did you watch with Sydney Sweeney?
Yes.
They did. Who was it? It was the first. And you were so on. Like I heard it and I was like thinking this feels like deja vu until you said it. It was the very first sketch where they hired the two like girls to find people. It's like, you know what? If you want to find somebody, just hire like two teenage girls or whatever it was. And I think Mikey Day played him where he's like, Snapchat. Oh, that's where it just like deletes, right? Those messages delete. They're like, no, you can like screen record and blah, blah. And then he's like, I gotta go. And that's what Crystal Lee had said too. There was a podcast he was on and he's like, wait, no, Snapchat, like you can't screen record. It just deletes, right? And like, no, you can keep it. And you just see his face be like,
yeah, like it's live. Like the video is there. You see him live on the show realizing that his whole life is.
Yeah, he's like, shit. Okay. And that's exactly what Mikey Day did in the skit. He's like, I gotta go. That's like, it was good. That was a good reference because I was like, oh my gosh. But anyways, that was a full thing from Whitney to that. I love Whitney. I love that. I don't know. Again, I don't know the full context of the clip. And I know Brooke like takes nothing to heart. She's like I feel like she's sensitive, but at the same time, I feel like she like doesn't get bothered. You know, she was on this podcast with two straight guys.
Yeah, I did see clips of that one too.
And she was like, I wasn't like, I think later on she said, looking back, I guess, because she was in the moment, I wasn't like offended because they were basically saying like they were surprised how much they liked her and how smart she was or something. Like, oh, I'm kind of, you know, straight guys are stupid or whatever. But she seems to like let things go. She doesn't seem to get offended by a lot of things, which like rightfully she could and should. But I feel like with Whitney, because I know Tana like really loves her. And I think Brooke does too. I don't know. I don't talk to extent, but I think she probably, I don't know. I just heard like Whitney was like, oh, you don't have borderline. But I don't know Whitney, like I don't watch her like that often, so I don't know her sense of humor either. Yeah. Maybe she's just.
Yeah, I saw some people say, because I haven't watched it either. Some people said that she's kind of like abrasive, but I think like it's kind of like if you watch and you get her vibe, then you can kind of tell.
That's
kind of
what
like I think that's with any like show really. Like if you watch and you get the lore and you get the vibe of the person, you can tell. Yeah, because I know Brooke like was so excited to be on Whitney. She kept posting about it like on her story.
Yeah, so I don't think she thought it went bad or anything like that. You know, and I like you said, like think too when you know people, you just know that's their like vibe, I guess. You know, some people are just that. But the straight guy ones, I was like, but she said the same thing. She was just like, in the moment I didn't think anything bad, but then you kind of like look back and you're like, oh, maybe they were kind of like shading. I don't know. Straight guys are kind of.
That does remind me. I did a little investigation because I saw some Matt Rife news.
Yeah,
randomly.
What?
It's kind of funny.
Who was talking about Matt Rife?
So his ticket sales, he's playing the Hollywood Bowl, I think next month.
Wow.
Do you want to guess how much the tickets are? How much they're reselling for right now?
Oh, reselling?
Yeah.
$300.
$8. Karma's not his boyfriend. Karma is a god.
What?
Karma is the breeze in my hair on the weekends.
Is this a Taylor Swift song?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, what are we doing? Got it. Love it. Okay.
The karma is too real.
I was being nice with the $300 resale because, you know, resale is usually like $1,500. Shout out SeatGeek, not sponsored this episode, but they did sponsor us before. And they usually, you get tickets for $300 is like the cheap end of resale tickets. So. Wow.
Wild. Yeah.
$8.
$8. And then I saw, I guess in some other cities, they were going for $4. I did a thorough investigation, though, because I didn't want to, you know, just present a little bit of information. In Canada, I guess he's big in Canada. They were going for like $140 in Canada. So holding up over there. That's what I was thinking. Saskatchewan. That's where they were the most expensive.
Oh, well, that's like a really tiny town. That's like the tiniest town.
For him. Yeah.
That's so random and weird. I only know, I watch a YouTuber. I don't know if she still does YouTube. I used to know her. I like met up with her. Her name's Pink Sparkles. And she was in Saskatchewan. Or maybe she was in Saskatoon.
Oh, maybe it was Saskatoon.
Yeah, I think. Well, that's the only one I know.
Rife was going to. I don't know.
Okay,
Whatever.
So that's what I know. And I just remember it like being like the smallest town in the world where there's like literally no Target or something. I don't know. It was something crazy. That's wild.
I know. The downfall really needs to be studied. That is crazy.
I mean, but he must still play. I mean, at the Hollywood Bowl, I mean, they're not going to.
And it's like a Netflix thing too. Like it's Netflix presents.
You think they'll pay people to come or ask his fans to
or
come
maybe
for
it's
free?
like. I know sometimes it's like they'll do promos with like different stores. Like I think I won't say who the performer was, but I think there was one where it was like if you buy like an ice cream at Baskin Robbins, you'll get 2 tickets to the concert, whatever.
Wait, who was it? Bleep it out.
It was the.
Oh, why didn't you want to say it? You don't want to cause.
Yeah.
Gotta bleep some names out. Someone said they should put we should do a pink and white bleep bar.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I love how someone notices the black bar. They're like, that's not Trish aesthetic. Our poor editor was right, like, okay. Not that he knows. When we were in the live chat, someone's like, it needs to be a pink and white bleep bar.
We're gonna make that happen.
This is so complicated.
Well, to you, yeah.
Yeah. They bleeped you saying somebody on the last episode. I thought it was so funny. I loved it too. It sounded so serious. I was like, oh my God. The bleep is so aggressive. It's like, oh man. Well, I kind of love that.
I know. And then I noticed you as it goes towards the West Coast, like in Colorado, in New York, he's still holding up. They were like 80, but then in Colorado, they went down to like 15.
Did you do this investigation or you saw it on Reddit or something?
I saw someone post about his tickets being $4, and then I went to investigate to confirm, to do some fact checking.
When are you fact checking? Are you like sitting at your?
I mean, I just opened
couch?
like SeatGeek, and I was like, huh.
But like at the gym, are you watching TV? Are you eating dinner?
A lot of it happens in the gym. Yeah, yesterday I was just like, I was streaming, and someone asked about Matt Rife, and then I was like, I heard they were $4. And I'm like, let me do a live boots on the ground. Okay. Yeah, research.
When do you turn off? Do you turn off ever? Like your phone? Or are you always on it?
Kind of always, yeah.
Really? Yeah. We try to take them down at like 6 o'clock.
I wish.
I don't like to look at my phone. I really try not to. Even like at night, we like eat dinner, watch TV, and just like don't look at our phones.
I'm kind of always
on it.
Yeah.
People who watch TV and like or watch a movie or something and look on their phones, I'm like, pay attention. Like
I can't
drives
do that.
me nuts.
Yeah.
What, to not be on your phone?
I can't watch something. If I'm watching something, I can't have my phone.
Okay, I love that then. It drives me nuts when people are on their phone. He's really good at it. But even like for a second, if he looks at his phone, I'm like, we're watching this.
That's me
like,
with my boyfriend.
Yeah, it drives me nuts. I'm like, or I pause it, or I get on my phone too. I'm like, no, we are watching this together or not at all. And it was Dune of all things. You were on your phone. I was like, okay, we're watching Dune together.
Because I get the movie. No, but the thing is, I can multitask. So I can.
Yeah, but
sometimes for me to listen, if I do something, I listen even better. But yeah.
Interesting. Well, comedians are scumbags, I think. Male comedians. Why are they so scummy? Oh my God. Like, it's so weird. I want to host SNL.
Oh, yeah. If Sydney Sweeney did it, I feel like you can.
I kind of liked her. I kind of like her.
I love
We watched
Sydney.
Anyone But You, and honestly, I really wanted to like it because I love rom-coms, but I just didn't think it was good. I know you loved it, but I was like,
No, I'm kind of similar to you. I wanted to love it, but I didn't love it.
Yeah.
It was fine.
I was expecting so much more. But
Me
it was
too.
Good. It was cute.
Especially because Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney really do have good chemistry. Like, and everything they've done off camera, like the little interviews and SNL and stuff, they have a really good chemistry.
Right.
And I think they were cute in the movie. I don't know. The movie was fine. It was just fine. It wasn't like my favorite.
But it
thing
made
ever.
so much money. It's
I know.
crazy. And Bowen Yang being the new It Boy.
Yeah, making out with Sydney Sweeney.
Crazy. I'm like, okay, I kind of live for him. I don't know. He kind of like, I didn't care either way about him before. And then he started doing the Wicked movie, and I was like, oh no, he's going to be like that. Because he would like talk about Ariana and being friends with her. And I was like, oh no, he's going to be that person. But now he seems like I kind of like him. He's kind of like the It Boy, and it's kind of everything.
Yeah, I like Bowen Yang.
You do?
Yeah.
You like his podcast?
I've only seen clips. So from the clips I've seen, I like.
I like him. He played a good straight in that sketch.
Yeah. I
really good.
I kind
I
of
was
live for him because I feel like he writes all these little roles for himself to like, you know what I mean? And I kind of live for that. Like that's the kind of energy you need to have. Like,
I wonder if he is that guy who pretends to be gay to like kiss girls. Do you know what I mean? Like I used to have a friend like that in high school, and he would like say he was gay, and he would just like watch like us Unchanged. He's like, "Can I teach me how to like hook a bra? I want to do mine." Which like I didn't think at the time. I was thinking, "Oh, he just wants to like hook his bra." Like why would he want to hook his bra? He doesn't have he wasn't even a chubby boy. He was just like had nothing. So I was like, that's kind of weird. And then I was like, we later found out that guy wasn't gay or whatever. And I was like, oh. And Bowen Yang kind of gives me that vibe.
really?
I could see it. Like, because even though it was a sketch, what he said in it was kind of true. It was like, this is kind of my brand, He's like, and it's true. Like, people feel safe with him. And it's like, he can play both. And it's like, okay, everyone likes him, But, people just like him because he's like, he's the gay best friend, right? Like, and if he was straight, I think people might look at him like just differently.
I guess. I don't know.
You think he's gay?
I think he's gay. I do.
Did he come out?
I'm 99% sure he has come out as gay.
Like
yes.
actually said,
yes.
I'm gay.
Yes.
We have to fact check that. Because that was my theory. I'm not trying to speculate on anyone's sexuality, but that sketch made me think,
Yes, it says he is the third openly gay male cast member on SNL.
Who's the other two?
Terry Sweeney and John Milheiser.
Oh, do you know them?
No.
Not gay icons. We don't know who they are. Oh, wow. Okay. That's kind of low percentage of gay people on
I know,
SNL.
on the show. Weird.
I wonder who's the funniest gay person?
That's a good question.
Is Tim Dillon gay?
Yes.
Love him. He's funny.
I would say it's like someone from Drag Race or something. Like who's a funny? Like Alyssa Edwards. Alyssa Edwards is funny.
I don't know her.
You don't know Alyssa Edwards?
No, do I?
That's
No.
wild. She's on season 5.
Alyssa Edwards. She sounds familiar. She sounds like a famous one.
Yeah, she's one of the most famous ones.
You think she's the funniest?
I think she's hysterical.
More than Bianca?
Oh, that's actually hard.
I think
You're right.
Bianca's so funny.
Alyssa is like accidentally funny. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like Bianca's like, and like Trixie and like Katya, they're like comedian kind of funny. You know
Got
what I
it.
mean?
Yeah, they're like
But,
quick.
Yeah, Alyssa's just kind of like accidentally hilarious. I don't know.
God, she does sound familiar, Alyssa Edwards, but I don't think I know.
You would live for her. You gotta watch
season.
All-Star-
What is it?
I think maybe it's 4 or 5. I forget. And then All Stars 2 is the one she slays on though. So you gotta watch All Stars 2.
I'll watch that.
All Stars 2 is like the best season ever.
I'm into it. I'm here for the drag race.
I guess that's a good segue to
No,
a recap.
I do want to talk about it. You're like, I brought this button for your drag race scandal. I was like, no, I'm trying to get over it. I was trying to
Okay, but last week you were like, I want to be beefing with the drag queens. I want to be beefing with the drag queens.
I don't want to beef with the
See,
drag
I
queens.
knew it.
I'm so scared.
I knew it.
I'm terrified.
Last
I'm
week
so
you wanted
sorry.
it.
Oh my God. I literally tweeted not even thinking anything. I literally was like, my initial reaction, it was like a second after we finished watching. And I am a new Drag Race fan. And then I think, who was it? I think a mandatory meeting came from me. And she's like, I think there should be a requirement to how many seasons of RuPaul you watch before you can comment and do stupid takes on the internet. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Okay, also, the spoiler alert, by the way, for Drag Race. But that's I didn't see her response, but that's a bad take. You should have to be like a super fan to talk about a show that's on MTV. That's a terrible take.
Right. So let me just say, like, I really, truly, I've watched 1.5 seasons of Drag Race. No, like 2.5 seasons, I guess. Well, we watched like half the seasons of All Stars, and then when Gia left, I stopped watching, and then we watched the whole Sasha Colby season. So, and then we're watching this one. So I really, truly didn't. First of all, I didn't think it was like that big of a deal, but I was like, oh, like I really wasn't trying to be shady. You know, I'm in this era of like, okay, everyone likes me right now. Like, I want to keep this going. I don't want to make people mad because like I like making people happy, truly. So I just thought like, oh, everyone's talking about it. It's trending, like whatever. You know, the lip sync for your life. I was like, oh, like it's kind of crazy that you can just like lip sync for your life and make it to the end. And then everyone came from me was like, of course, a lot of people do that. That's how you win. And I was like, okay, I didn't realize it was such a big thing. And in that case, then Maya, and I love Liv. Like I love, first of all, I love all curvy drag queens because I was like, okay, that makes me feel like I'm seen and represented.
Yeah.
But especially her, like we've always said this with her flips and stuff like that. I'm like blown away by her athleticism, like truly, like I used to dance even when I was like bigger or whatever like that, and definitely not like that. And I'm like, how? Like that takes so much cardio, so much like I'm like, how are you flipping with like, I don't know, it's mesmerizing, it's amazing to watch. Fan. And then when I said the thing about like, oh, like lip sync for your life, like I guess I don't know, you probably know better than me. I did like 3 tweets. I didn't delete them because I feel like that makes you look more guilty. Like I said something even worse. But I was just like, oh, and you guys all know, anyone who's watched, I've never been a Plasma fan. I've always said she was annoying. I take that back too. Honestly, I didn't realize like, because I think with a show, it's like this show, you have your opinions, it's good. The interaction, trending is always good. She was trending, and I think she even acknowledged like, oh my God, I'm trending. Like good or bad, sometimes trending is kind of iconic because whatever. So I thought, oh, it's just like part of the conversation of the show. Oh my God, it was like ripped apart for it. I was like, I am so sorry. I truly thought like, oh, like if you've won competitions, like it stands for something over just like the lip sync battles or whatever. But then everyone's like, no, lip sync for your life. That's what it's called, which I didn't know that's what it's called, first of all. And I was like, okay, well, I didn't know you're actually lip syncing for your life. In which case, she should win the whole thing, in my opinion, because like no one's gonna ever compare to her, obviously. Like no one's gonna ever beat her. So I was just like, okay, so yeah, I guess I had a bad take on that. And mostly I wouldn't care if like other people came for me, but it was like the 3 queens that came for me. It was like a mandatory, and then Maya, and there was one other one, and Geneva Carr, who I actually really loved. I remember Geneva Carr because I loved her opening outfit, her Mexican flag bedazzled dress. I thought it was so pretty. I loved her little legs. I loved everything about it. And I was like, oh man. I was like, it's really sad. And it kind of did deter me a little bit from talking about Drag Race. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to tweet about this anymore. I don't know. I felt like I was shady towards like everyone equally. You know what I mean? Like Plasma. And honestly, like Plasma, like I said, I wasn't even a fan, but like she is like talented and like good and whatever. You know what I mean? I just thought I was being cute and having a little kiki with people, and people really took it to heart. And I get it now, you know, because I think some people, I don't know. I guess maybe too when you have the whole internet. You said they were on Twitter a lot, so I guess when you have the whole internet just constantly like, I don't know. But a lot of people were on her side too. I think it was split. I don't know. Either way, I apologize. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like I did not mean it. I truly did not mean that like disrespectfully. Like sometimes like Lucy DeLuca, sometimes I mean it disrespectfully, but everyone, I'm just kidding. I don't, even with her, I really thought it was all like fun, but I think the drag queens, they really take it seriously, and as they should. And I'm just gonna butt out because everyone's like, "This is not your community," and I was like, "You know what? You're probably right on that. Let me just silently be here, and we'll have Oscar speak on my behalf."
I saw the tweet. I didn't see any of the replies. I just saw your 3 tweets, and it was already too late because they were already up and they already had. I already saw they had likes and stuff, and I was like. I was like, they're gonna get her. I knew they're gonna get her. I was like, okay, they're gonna eat her up. But it's only because the Twitter Drag Race fans are very different. Like, they're just either way, they're just so opinionated that no matter what you say, if it's like a strong stance on something, someone's gonna get mad. You know what I mean?
Was mine that strong though?
No, it was just like
I didn't think it was like that strong.
No, I think with like lip syncs for your life, like I think. Sometimes the way, kind of what you were saying. So overall, you were saying like if someone's really good in the show, has like wins, and is the first time in the bottom to someone who's doing it 3 times, like shouldn't the track record come into play? And that's definitely a big topic of discussion always. I think usually it does if the lip syncs are like equal, and you can kind of justify it going either way. Usually it will lean towards the queen with the better track record.
Interesting. Like Q, they
Q
said.
and Amanda, yeah. When it was Q versus Amanda, and they were both kind of on par with each other, then it was like a track record kind of thing.
Okay, that makes sense because I saw the Q argument, and I like didn't even think about it when But
this one, I think Maya just like ate plasma up, and it was like you couldn't not. Although here's the other thing too, it's like on the pit stop, Lux and Trixie said that Maya should have went home as well. So
wow. That's what I'm saying. I think if you're in the drag world, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, true.
I think I'm the outsider in this one. I'm like, you know what? I can only talk about like fatties or something because I'm in that community. I think anything else, I'm like,
That's annoying too. Like the gatekeeping, whatever. Like it is a show. It's not a logo anymore. Like it's a mainstream show on MTV, and like the whole point of the show is to present a gay competition or LGBT competition show for like mainstream media, and obviously part of that is like women and like young people or no matter what gender, whatever you identify as, like straight, whatever, like engaging with the show. You know what I mean? Like it's at the end of the day, it's a reality competition show, and people are gonna have opinions about it. So to gatekeep it and to like bully people who have opinions on it is wild. Like it's just too much. Like. And for some reason, Drag Race is the only one that gets like that. Like, if you say you hate someone on The Amazing Race, like, you know, no one's like...
no one's watching. I was like, no.
I think it's just the demo, like, on the other shows is, like, older. And this one is, like, young and a lot of chronically online people.
And I think it does get in that thing, like, especially for me. I mean, I consider myself in the queer... I consider myself in that community just because, like, I consider myself to be queer, whatever. I mean, there's, like, whatever. People can say whatever. I don't want to stir feathers or that. However, I'm, like, maybe... I guess it's, like the designer that like definitely didn't give me my money back on my dress. And by the way, it wasn't the dress I posted last week, but the one that I spent like $1,500 back, and they won't send me the fabric or whatever. It's like I don't want to put them on blast because they're like a queer designer, and I just don't want it to like look bad. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I feel with this too, I don't want to ever make it seem like I'm like hating or being in this world and like becoming a hater on like the queer, because it's like such a big show for the queer community. I don't want to seem like I'm like this hater. So that's why I was like, let me just back off. That's why I like apologized right away, because I was like, to me it's like all fun, but then I was like, maybe, I don't know, maybe I just need to stay on my little woke side over here. You know what I mean? Even saying like, it's kind of sad to say, like, I'm like, I do consider myself like queer, but at the same time it's like, I don't know, like maybe I don't like stand up to like the other levels of queerness, you know what I mean? Because I'm married to like a, you know, straight guy or whatever. So I don't know. It's
I think it's just with Drag Race is just very, I don't know. It's Twitter Drag Race is very weird and divisive and stuff. Like people kind of take everything very, very seriously. But at the end of the day, Maya did eat plasma up. But it was sad seeing Plasma go because everyone's grown on me actually. Like I'm kind of like, I love everyone. Like at the beginning I thought Plain Jane was too mean, but once Amanda left and she has no one to like really specifically bully, I kind of live for Plain Jane. I think Plain Jane's my favorite.
Plain Jane's kind of everything too. Me too. At the beginning I kind of didn't know either, but I kind of live for Plain. I still love Saphira. I really want her to win. Nymphia's great. I love her. I do love all of them. Like you said, like kind of like grows on me. And Maya too. Like I just feel like again if I see myself in anyone, it's her, just because again she's not. You know, she's not like the, you know, whatever. Like, she doesn't know how to sew or whatever. And, like, whatever. But she still makes it work, makes it through. And, like she said, she was at the end of the day, I made it through, and that's it. And, like, yeah, I don't know. For me, I would be that person on the competition, you know, like, making it through. I'm just going to make it far, especially with her skills. I mean, it really is amazing. So,
And to your credit, there's been like 3 episodes where you've talked about like how incredible it is that she can like flip and do all of that.
I always think that. I'm always like shook. And I even said that in my initial 3 tweets was like, I think she's amazing. And I said, I don't even like the other person that was at home. Like, it's like literally had nothing to do with it. But I get it. I got it. Hopefully Plasma gets to be on Broadway. Jinx Monsoon is going to be Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
Oh, I'm so jealous. That's amazing. She's going to be Audrey starting April 2nd. And then she's going to go back into Chicago starting like June. I was like, oh my God, living the dream. That's going to be Plasma for sure. I feel like, because who else? Oh, Marsha is on Broadway.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they're really bringing the drag world into Broadway, and I love it. Mm-hmm. As they should. And playing Audrey, like, that's crazy. I don't think there's ever been a drag queen that played her. Like, I think that's everything. And Corbin Bleu is playing opposite of her. That's really cool. It's iconic, and I love it. I like Jinx, even though RuPaul couldn't remember her name, which is crazy because to me, I didn't even know she was from Drag Race, and I'm like, how does Ru not remember her name? But everyone knows it. Anyways,
I'm excited to get your take on this one. Actually, the Noah Cyrus, Tish Cyrus.
Oh well, has anything been confirmed? I saw this, but has anything been confirmed?
So it's all source reporting, and it's all been from People Magazine, which is like really reputable. So a source close to Noah reported to People Magazine that she was hooking up with Tish's current husband, Dominic Purcell, before Tish and him started, even before they started dating. Like, they were just like Noah and this, he's from Prison Break, Dominic Purcell. They were like kind of like a friends with benefits, like hooking up. But Tish was aware that they were like a thing and like hooking up and stuff.
How old is he?
There's a 30-year difference between, I think she's 22, he's 52, I believe. I think it's like 30-year difference.
Oh.
Yeah, weird.
Ew.
So weird.
Ew, what?
And
Ew. I hate it.
And Tish was allegedly aware of Noah's fling with him before she got with him, and then even when they got married, didn't talk to Noah about it at all, allegedly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How did that even happen, did they say?
No, the reporting doesn't say how it all happened.
Does Trish have a podcast now?
No, she was on Call Her Daddy.
But I saw her and the other daughter talking, but not on Call Her Daddy. They were like talking to each other.
I don't know.
I bet they have a podcast or something, because I feel like I see clips of them talking a lot. Oh.
Yeah, weird.
Ew, I hate that. I'm
Noah
sorry.
wasn't at the Tish's wedding.
That's just like,
as well.
that shouldn't even be like legal. Like to hook
It's
up with
weird.
someone your parent hooked up with, or that your daughter hooked up with. Ew, I hate it. That is so like, even like whatever, morally, whatever, like physically, it's just like physically you were connected to that.
I know. I can't imagine that happening.
Ugh. And that guy too. What a creeper. First of all, creeper for being with someone that young, but then now you're going with her mom.
Yeah.
I think it's more age appropriate. I guess that's good. But
I think
it's
that
just
one
like,
side, yeah.
But ew, that's so weird.
It's so odd. And the
Hollywood is
source,
dark.
the source said that Tish is the one that started it with Dominic, or like pursued it after him and Noah called things off.
Oh, that's even ickier then
Yeah.
too. I mean, ew, that's weird. I mean, oh gosh, that family.
Yeah, it's very odd.
I wonder if Miley, what's her thoughts on it? Because she's so like pro Tish and
A
Noah.
source to Miley said that she had no knowledge about it until I guess now that
What do
it's
you
come
think?
out.
Like, then what do you do? It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I would do, because even the wedding of Tish and Dominic was at Miley's house, and like Miley is the one that like helped plan it and orchestrate it. Obviously Noah wasn't there. Things were already weird with like the Billy Ray and Tish Cyrus like divorce. Like obviously like half the kids were split. Like Miley and Brandy were loyal to Tish, and then Noah and Trace were more loyal to Billy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So it was already divided.
Yeah, they were already things were already tense
God.
after their parents got divorced. And then that happens, and oh my God, I can't even.
Oh, that's so ick to me. I don't know. What do you think?
I would die. If I was Noah, I would
God.
die. I would die. I kind of thought of you. I was trying to think of your
Me? That
perspective,
never
because
happened.
you dated older men. So I guess like you would kind of, that would be more of a possibility for you back in the day.
Oh my God. If my mom like tried to date anyone, even I hooked up with, I would be so livid. I would be so disgusted. I'd be like, ew, what is your problem? Like, so weird. Like, it's weird enough. Yeah, I know what you're saying. That is interesting though. Like I said, in a good way, like you said, the bright side is like, okay, I guess he's attracted to older women, which is good. Like, I never worried about it because all the guys I dated were like so creepy and perverted. Like, they would never want to date anyone above 21. So I was like, okay, I don't have to worry about it, whatever. But that's wild.
It's so wild.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, no. I mean, no. I judge. That's a Tish judge right there. Side eye if it's real.
I know. need you can't avoid talking about that though, especially if you're
Yeah.
married to the man. Like at some point you have to address that because it's so big, and I just like need to know what happened. That's something I want to know all the details about because it's crazy.
I wouldn't want to know any of the details
Oh,
about
I
it.
need to know the details because I'm like, how do you
Like as Tish, you want to know all the details about the
No, like as an outsider, like I need to hear like kind of both sides. Like I don't want this like source reporting. I mean, it's through people, and people is like usually is like very reputable and like gets it right most of the time. So especially if there's like a source from Miley, a source from Noah, there's like it's like people directly associated with the family. So it seems real to me. And the fact that there hasn't been like a retraction or like that's something you would shut down right away.
Oh, for sure. Like this is not true.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Yeah. And also like when these stories come up, it's like, do they come out of nowhere? Like it has to come from somewhere. Oh, that poor Cyrus. Poor Miley. I feel like she really takes so much because like her brother was a little like misogynistic and cuckoo. And then her dad. And then now this, like you thought, oh, her mom's normal because, you know, she went to the Grammys with her and like, okay, she's normal. And then this happens. It's like, oh my gosh, these parents, it's giving like Addison Rae parents vibes. You remember?
Yeah,
like
with Young Gravy.
Yeah. And that, right. And then her, but yeah, it's like, the parents, oh God, I just never want to be an embarrassing parent. That's all I pray is like, please never let me be that embarrassing parent because that's just like, it's sad for the kids and you're like old, like you should just know better. Like, do you need to take someone that like you knowingly hooked up with your daughter? Like, ew. And I'm sorry if it was a 52-year-old man that was hooking up with my daughter, I'd be like, my immediate thought would be like, I don't know, just something not good with him. You know what I mean? I'd just be like, you deserve jail, prison. You know what I mean? Like, not, I want to date you. Like, you were with my daughter.
My like youngest daughter too. Like,
Oh my God. That's so disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Jail.
That's a mess. It's
Immediate.
a whole mess.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how that unfolds though, because it's like absolutely bonkers. And isn't Billy Ray, his wife is Miley's age or something, right?
Is she? I don't know anything about that.
Let me see. I thought she was
heard
young.
she was like an extra on Hannah Montana or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I had heard. I don't know how real it is. It is one of those things where it's like, the older you get, it like doesn't seem that crazy. But if she was like an extra on Hannah Montana, I don't know if that's true, but that would be weird when you put it in like perspective like that. But yeah, it's kind of like the whole Kristen Cavallari thing. She's, what is she? 37.
And her boyfriend is like 24.
One of the Montana boys. Yeah. And it's like, my initial reaction, first of all, like everyone's saying it's like, okay, it's like a fling or whatever. But it's also like, I don't know, when you get like that 25 does seem to be almost like that age where you're just like, I guess it's like old enough, you know what I mean? But I know people are going like up and she looks good. I don't know. It's not that big of a difference, like 25 and like 37. Like if it was a guy and a girl, I'd probably be like, okay, that's fine, you know, because 25 is, I don't know. There is like that, to me, that's a magic number. That's kind of like, okay, you have lived a lot of your 20s. You're getting closer to your 30s.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's, I mean, it's a little off-putting, I guess, when you see the numbers, but I think in general, like thinking about like, I don't know, like to me, 25, you've gone through college. I think once you're like, you know.
Yeah.
Towards the tail, like end of college, you know, or graduated from college, you kind of are like, I don't know. I see you as an adult. I guess,
you're like acclimated to the world. You're like making money. It's not your children's age. I think it's like if your children are close in age, it's kind of weird. But like her children are really young, so I don't know. People get so up in arms about it. Maybe if she was like 19 or something, it'd be weird. But I think 24.
I guess if it had to lean towards an extreme, I feel like now it's like very, very extreme about like age differences or whatever. Like that people get like, oh, that's weird, you know, like But I'd rather have that extreme than like the back in the day, like the early 2000s when it was like these insane, like waiting to like, you know, 18-year-olds and then like 60-year-olds or whatever, you know?
Yeah. I think like Mary-Kate and Ashley was the one that was young, Demi Lovato, like all those people. It's just like, ooh, it's kind of weird. Yeah.
So I guess I'd rather live in that day and age.
That's true. It's like we're
more cautionary about it.
Yes, and we're legal about it all.
For the most part.
People really, really were upset about that. And I was like, I don't know. Did you see Elon Musk on our show?
Oh, yes. I saw you and Elon have a talk about space.
Why was that such a good edit?
It was like, so good.
I was like, why was I having this conversation? Because obviously I'm talking to you, but I'm like, were we talking about that?
I feel like we've talked about space a few times, I feel.
I would love to know, like, seriously, like, I know we talk about science a lot and people get mad at us because they're like,
do they?
I think so. Saying, like, we need science or whatever. Okay, got it. But like, I would love to know Elon, like why he wants to like explore space. Like, you know what I mean? Just like someone who's considered a highly intelligent person. I really think I could have a conversation with that person and like get somewhere with it. You know what I mean? Like, I think I could convince people like, it's not that serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to know why he wants to put those chips into everyone's brains. The neural chips.
What is what?
Like a little neural chip, like in your brain.
For what?
I forget
Well,
what.
a Neuralink.
Yeah.
Basically, you can control your computer with your brain.
Wait, do you know about
and-
this?
Yeah.
Why?
And he wants to go to space because he thinks that if one day life, like life will end on planet Earth, it's the only way to save life in the universal.
Do you believe that? I feel like
Yeah.
you're okay. You're on Elon's side. I'm gonna go on the opposing side and say Earth has been here a long time. I don't think it's going anywhere, in my opinion. And as far as a neurochip, he wants to do it on himself, or he wants to do it to everybody in the human species.
Yeah, everyone else. I think he's putting it in chimpanzees right now or something.
No, they already put it in a person.
Oh yeah, they just
There's already a person, and the person was moving like a mouse cursor with his brain.
Wait,
But-
what? He was moving like a mouse?
The cursor in a computer. But I think the idea he has is that basically you'll be connected to your computer, fully connected.
I think we need to disconnect from our computer. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I need Elon on here to know these
We need to
these
talk some sense
questions.
into him.
Also, why did we invent a car? Okay, yes, electric, good for the environment, but we still have to charge it. Like, we have to, like, if I'm going to Vegas and I, like, run out of charge, I still got to charge it for 30 minutes rather than putting gas in it for 10 minutes. Isn't that more dangerous for, like, the woman economics? Is like, okay, I'm a woman. I'm not going to go at midnight and sit at these chargers for 30 minutes.
I did see when there was like a couple months or maybe a month or two ago when there was those storms on the East Coast, people in Teslas were like a band, like they were stranded because their Teslas lost charge and there was a blackout. So
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're there, but not quite there. You know what I mean? Like, you're
Close,
almost
yeah.
there, but it's just like not complete. We have cars with gas that's been running since, like, the beginning of cars. You know, it's just like so.
Also, the electricity is produced somewhere else, which is produced in the same way that we make gas. Like
So,
they're
the-
burning coal somewhere else.
Yeah, your carbon footprint
It's
is just
still
as
the
big.
same. Yeah, and batteries are supposedly even worse.
And this is coming from someone who agrees with Elon on space. You're disagreeing with the.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with him on everything. I just agree on space. We need to explore
I
space.
had never
But-
had this conversation with space about you before. I
But
didn't know
also
this about
the batteries, they mine them in country. There's children and families
Oh my
mining
God.
those batteries.
you. Oh my
The lithium for the
god!
batteries. So there's a lot of issues.
Let's get him on the show. I think he would do it. My sister's like, I think he would do it. I tweeted him. He didn't tweet me
I
back.
agree. I think it's just a matter of getting his attention and getting the right person around him. But he loves memes and internet and trolls. So I
I'm
could
not
see
even
him doing
trolling.
it.
I'm so serious because, like, look, again, I know I'm not smart and, like, well versed in, like, science of it all, but I would really love to know these answers because it's like, why are we doing the most? And I just feel like it's a distraction. I feel like he's trying to distract, all these billionaires are trying to distract us with stuff. Oh, we're going to the moon, we're going to space, we're doing all this. It's like, what are you distracting us from? You know, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm also on Science Flop Talk. Have you seen that?
no.
You haven't seen it? It's basically like me being like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
And there's like, it's cool because it kind of teaches you science. Now going back to like science is cool. It's cool because it'll be like, what is it? Oil and water.
So water and oil, they repel each other.
So they're coming together
So Trisha is on the water and on the oil, and she says to each
to each other. No, thank you. No, thank you. And then it goes back. And I was like, I now understand the oil and water. There was another one too. What was the other one?
like magnets, like two magnets with opposing.
Oh yeah.
poles.
It was like, and it's like, no, thank you. No, thank you. And I was like, oh my God, it's called Science Flop Talk. And it's the coolest thing ever. And I love being a meme for that. I just think like, again, I think science is like, there is cool parts of it, but I also think it's a distraction. I think, you know what I mean? I do think our government's trying to distract us with it, especially Elon. He's such a, I don't want to say like a clown. He's such like a performer. You know what I mean? Like he's like a circus show.
Yeah.
And so it's like, why are you doing the most?
Yeah, and isn't it like $100,000 to go? Like those people who are going into space for like a
yeah.
day and they pay like what, like $100,000 or something.
Who
It's
does,
like-
really?
Yeah.
Not bad though. $100,000 is
Yeah,
not bad.
but that's I think Virgin Atlantic and Bezos. Like they do those trips like
Virgin
100,000.
Atlantic's still around?
Yeah, there's like a space thing.
What
for
happened to
them.
their planes? They used to have the best first class
They
to
did
Vegas.
used to have the
with the
blue
white
lights
seats.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
it was like a club.
Yeah.
What happened to
I
that?
don't know. I guess now they're just doing spaceships.
Like, I'm sorry, your $300 Vegas trip is nothing. We have a $100,000 trip. That's crazy. We need him on the podcast. Richard Branson.
Is he or-
Is that his
I
name?
have no idea.
You don't know?
Is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive. Someone's doing a movie about him. Oh, it was Andrew Garfield who's going to play Richard Branson. Andrew Garfield just plays everybody. Like, how does he look like every single person? Like, he's played so many real life people, like Jonathan Larson, the Jim from the Tammy Faye Baker. I'm just like, how do you look like someone else? Oh, the Mormon person.
I guess he has like you have one of those faces where you can be anyone.
I just be anybody. Yeah, he has like the stature and stuff too. He kind of fits into any role or whatever. I could play anyone. I would love to. I would love to play someone. Maybe Dolly Parton or something. I have to lose some weight. Why'd you laugh so hard? You're like,
I love
no.
like Dolly.
I don't know who else I would play. I love Dolly.
Like, wouldn't you be like Anna Nicole first before like?
Oh yeah, I have to lose weight and I have to grow like 6 inches.
Oh, was she taller?
Yeah, she's like 6 foot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She was tall and beautiful. Okay, Elon Musk and Zac Efron are dream guests.
Okay. Mine are
No, we know yours. Basement Boys, South Biker.
and Ted. And,
Who is Ted?
I talk about him every week. Ted Nivison. I've been commenting on his Instagram.
Okay.
I'm really putting my scheme into action.
Has he responded?
No, but I know people who know him, so I'm gonna just go through them. I think.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
I love your dream guests are like plausible. I was like, please no. I'm reverse manifesting for you. I'm like, okay, yeah. No. I block it everywhere.
That's probably why it hasn't happened yet.
I'm blocking your manifestations. Yeah. I don't think I can block your manifestations. I think you can manifest anything you want. I'm manifesting the lottery tonight. I'm retiring after tonight. It's $480 million. Oh, gosh.
All right, would you go to space if you won the lottery?
Absolutely not. It'll combust. I'll be that one like the Titanic.
If you already win, why risk that?
That's what I'm saying. Like those billionaires that went down to the Titanic. I'm like, you guys are billionaires. Like, why would you want to risk your life to go look at the Titanic? Like, they have those exhibits.
You're a billionaire. They went down in like the most, like a buggy. It's like the worst.
God, people.
The most dangerous way to go down.
In a way, that's why I don't want to have too much money. I feel like people with money are just like kind of stupid sometimes. They just do crazy, stupid stuff. And you're just like the Epstein Island. I mean, that's a whole weird other thing. But I'm just like, you're dumb. Like, what? Why are you doing this? Are you all sick? Are all the rich people sick in the head? Like, it's just odd to me. I don't know. It's such a weird thing. And it's like, maybe once you have money, something happens. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to have that power. It's like Dune.
Yeah.
I'll leave the power to you. Who ends up with the power? Can you do a spoiler? Or you can't do spoilers. You don't know how to.
There's a third one coming, so we don't know until the third one comes out. Or I guess if you read the book, but I don't know.
I hate when people say, read the book. I'm like, that's not going to help me understand it better. No. Like, the movie helps me understand it better. Speaking of rich people and everyone being upset, God, people really, really aren't liking the Tarte trip. Did you see this?
Oh, yeah.
The uproar that Brooke and Tana were supposed to be
Bora
on.
Bora.
Yes.
Yeah.
People are not happy. I get it. I get the reason why people aren't happy, the flaunting of it all. But I also feel like they missed the point entirely. They're like, why are they sending these influencers? They should be sending the staff. I'm like, because no one wants to see the staff at Bora Bora. They want to see, O'Malley in Bora Bora. She's there. Just like all these people. I don't know. People don't get marketing, I guess, because it's like, they probably spent millions of dollars on this trip. Maybe, probably like $1 million. I don't know. I'm trying to think in my head. Bora Bora. Us, it was like going to be, we not going because it's like $30,000 for 2 people. So it's like $30,000 for 2 people. I don't know how many people are going. I'm bad at math. Probably $1 million they spent on this. They did private jets. But it's like, you pay like Ava Longoria like $5 million to do those like Pantene commercials or L'Oreal, and it's like, I think people don't really understand the marketing, and people get so like upset. They're like, I'm throwing away my Tarte. First of all, don't throw away your Tarte because you already paid for it. Like, use it. Use the Shape Tape because it's expensive. Second of all, I think influencing works. Like, I'm not even like for those trips either. Honestly, like if they asked us to go, which I mean, like I never understood them. I was like, I'll just go on my own. I don't want to go with a bunch of influencers. But okay, cool, whatever. It's cute, but it does work. I think influencing works. Like, we always talk about being influenced. I'm always influenced by everyone. If they buy something, I'm like, oh, I want to buy that too. So like, it does work. But I get it. It's the economy, and people are like, this is like, I don't want to see whatever. But a lot of people do want to see it. So I don't know. And Tarte must be making the money though. They're taking
That's what I was thinking too.
But I guess they're spending the budget of marketing on this, which makes sense.
No, you're so right though. Like people forget like how much money like traditional celebrities are paid to like Sydney Sweeney when she's doing the freaking like
Miu Miu
brunches for whatever, like Laneige or whatever.
Yeah.
When she's doing those brunches and like Manuel and Mue and like Laura Lee are sitting there at a freaking table with her. She's not doing it because she wants to hang out with them. Like, she is getting paid like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Beyonce.
Yeah. Like, that's just how marketing works. And then if people are gagged at like what influencers get, imagine the freaking actors like a Zendaya or
crazy. Millions of dollars. Cristiano Ronaldo did this like international commercial. Someone told us they worked on it. It was like he got paid $7 million, and it was for a different country, but they filmed it here in LA, and they green screened everyone around him. So it was like just him, and it was for like $7 million. I was like, that's so wild. So and also I know these influencers aren't getting paid. They get all expenses paid, but I know for a fact especially on this trip, they don't get monetary compensation.
Yeah.
So honestly, that's another thing where I thought, well, I want to get paid if I'm going to promote it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I'll just take the vacation myself. I mean, maybe now. I mean, can't afford to go to Bora. Maybe I'd take it. But it is kind of, yeah, people are kind of funny that way. I guess because they're influencers and people get upset. I mean, there's a lot of influencers that only have like a couple 100,000 on the trip.
Yeah.
They're very diverse in who they brought, including like inclusivity for everyone, like sizes and, you know, race and all this stuff like that. Like I like that. And also just lifestyle. Like some people are beauty vloggers, some people are lifestyle vloggers, comedians. So I like that they're inclusive with that. I like that they brought people who didn't have like millions. They had like 300,000 followers. Who was it? Was it like Alex Earl? Like all of them went to Dubai last year.
Oh,
you
yeah,
remember? And
yeah.
that trip was hella
That one was
expensive.
crazy.
Yeah. So it's just funny. My whole TikTok was that. And I was like, wow, people are really upset about this. I'm like, it's really, I don't know. It's just like, what are you going to do? I mean, they're getting everything they want. They're getting the publicity. They're getting all this stuff. So it's like, I don't know. It's kind of...
This happens around every trip, I feel like. Every time there's one of these little, especially... The Dubai was also Tarte, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time Tarte has one of these little trips, something's
it's
going
only
down.
Tarte.
Yeah.
Right? No one else is doing
I
these
don't
trips.
think so.
Tarte's got a...
I guess maybe the Shein trip was like one of them that like really all of a sudden everyone's like very aware of
the
the
Shein
trips.
trip is the Wonka of it all. It's the Glasgow
It
Wonka
is the
experience.
Wonka experience. You're
That
so
was
right.
so weird and so wild. And it wasn't like a bougie trip. Like you can go to China and like take them to like Hong Kong Disney or something, you know, make it really like, ooh, wow. Give them the little cute bags and all this. It's like, it was so weird. It's like they took him to this like factory and it made him be like journalists and like investigating like, guys, these working conditions are great. Like I was like, this is weird. Like, at least don't lie. Like, bring them to the factory and have them, like, do clothes or have them design their own pant or something. But it's, like, they made it so weird and, like, propaganda. And, like, guys, they actually said they love working here. They get treated so well. I'm like, you could go anywhere. You could go to Charles Schwab and those people are going to be like, ugh, we don't love working here. You know, it's just like, I don't know. It's so weird. That was weird. We weren't doing the podcast then,
No,
were we?
I wish we were. I
Shoot.
really maybe the 1 year like anniversary we can do like a retrospective.
It's coming up, right?
We should do like an investigative. Like we go and we talk to Danny. We talk to other ones. Like,
What a dream. Danny was the leader of that.
Yes.
She was the spearhead. And it's like, I would love to know truly, like did they tell, I mean, obviously they're home to say that, but it's like, did they get paid or was it just a free trip to China? Which, I mean, again, China's cool. I would take a free trip to China, but it's like, what did they say? I don't know. They must have gotten
they
paid.
definitely tell them. They tell them how many times they need to tweet, what they need to say. They give them prompts. I mean, from all of them, okay, you go to Bora to promote makeup. That's great. That's no problem. But when the Chinese government is hiring you, you should maybe say, well, maybe I should not promote Chinese propaganda.
Yeah.
Like that's a whole different ball game.
Ooh, yeah, it's kind of messy. Yeah, and for Bora, they had like makeup artists doing makeup. I'm like, they should have just made it more glamorous or something.
Yeah, the Tarte ones are always since back in the day. They've always been serving.
They went to Bora in 2016.
Yes, I remember that.
Remy Ashton went there. I remember like they all went. I was like, okay, boosh.
I loved the little brand trips though. I get it. Like there was always tea that came out of them. Like I remember back in the day, like, you know, like
drama.
peak beauty guru drama. You knew when there was a trip coming, someone was gonna fight and we were gonna get some tea. They'd be like the Snapchat videos.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it was those were
or
like
they'd
the
be like,
glory
oh,
days.
that room was bigger or this or that. Like it was always drama on those trips. Kind of love it though. That's kind of
That should
everything.
become a reality show. Its own reality show.
Oh, the Tarte trips?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they don't film it. Maybe they are. Maybe they're filming them now. There is an older couple that went. I actually really like them. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool because I think Tana had asked when we were at the Madonna and she was telling me she's going to Bora. She was supposed to go like the next couple days.
Yeah.
And she was telling us about Bora and she was like, would you ever go? And I was like, I feel like me and Moses are not going to fit in with all these like young beauty influencers. But then there was like a little section of like older people there. It was, you probably seen them. It's a couple. He's like a lawyer, and they have like kids that are always in it. Like the daughter has like glasses and stuff, and they're like probably our age. They were there, and I was just like, oh, okay, wow, random. Like, I guess they're all inclusive with age too. We love that, the age inclusivity. I just couldn't imagine being like, and they're a married couple, and I really like them. They're funny. They're like comedians or something, or she's a comedian maybe, and but it's just like all the other influencers are so young. I couldn't imagine us going on that trip. I was like, I don't think me and Moses would like fit in on the Tarte Bora trip. I don't think I'd want to. That just sounds a little like odd and weird. But anyways, everyone looks like they're having fun. Brianna Chicken Fry said she was supposed to go and turned it down because she had anxiety over it. And then O'Malley was like, oh, you should have been here because she was there having fun. And I don't know. I mean, it looks fun. Honestly, I guess if you're like a young influencer and you're non-problematic and you get along with everyone, it could be a good time. Me, it sounds like my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm just like, who did I offend in this
God, those
trip?
are everything though. Even this is bad because I only know like part of the story, but I saw one recently. Lady Gaga had like an influencer event at her house, and it was for like a pharmaceutical company.
What?
And it was like to encourage people to like donate their kidneys or something. I don't know. Like I only
Oh
got
my
like
God.
bits and pieces, but it was like at her house, and it was all like micro influencers too. And that was like another one that seemed kind of like
that's
odd.
I'm like, oh my God.
I don't think those celebrities should promote any organ harvesting.
I know. That's giving Shein trip vibes too.
I
It's
know.
like,
It was kind
no.
of weird, but I only got bits and pieces because there was like one couple that did their TikTok like going to this like location. They didn't know what it was for or anything. It was kind of weird. So I don't know.
Oh, wow.
But
wow.
these little events in general are always so interesting to me.
I would go, I think, just to like see what it is. You know what I mean? I don't know which event I would go to. Like, who would I go? I can't think of someone that would get me out of the house, but I don't know. Not even like, I don't know.
Like Zac Efron with Zac Efron a wig company for like the Iron Claw wigs or something.
Like yours.
Yeah. Or like an energy drink. I could see him doing like an energy drink or something.
Him with Prime. I think if Zac Efron had an influencer event, I would definitely go. I'd be like, I need to look at what this is about. That sounds kind of questioning too. I don't know. Damn, I gotta look up those Dune interviews. All I'm thinking now about those influencers doing Dune interviews. I'm so jealous.
I know.
Damn, how do they get those? They've always had good representation in those too. They're everywhere. They're always like in the Oscars and the Chris Olsen of it all. Really.
Oh yeah.
He went to Cannes to give like Austin Butler his coffee. Did I
Really?
say it right? Cannes?
Yeah, you got it right.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, he did like one of those coffee things, and he went all the way to the carpet and like gave him his coffee at the Cannes Film Festival. Cannes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, work. I mean, he's booked. So celebrate
He is
that.
booked embassy.
Yeah.
We love to see it.
I'm surprised he wasn't at the freaking Tarte. At this point.
You might have to give him some coin, I feel.
Yeah, he's probably like, I'm not gonna just do it for the trip. Like,
Yeah.
I can go on a trip with Megan any day. You know?
Bro, for sure, easily. He's like, I'm going to the Cannes Film Festival. They're probably paying me for it. Because to be honest, I didn't know too many of the influencers. Not to be shady, because I'm just so not up with it. But it did seem like they had a wide range of people as far as like not a lot of followers and stuff, which I like it. So I don't know. I think more the Dubai trip, I'd be more up in arms. That was all like Alex Earl and like Meredith Dexberry, like all the people who like model for Prada and stuff like that. That one seems a little bit more. This one seemed more just like, I don't know. And there's a lot of people on that trip. Tripping with Tarte.
They got the budget.
They
I mean,
got the
PR budgets
budget.
in general though are crazy because even like to put it in perspective, like movie PR budgets, like say if they're getting like all these TikTokers to do stuff on the red carpet, like the budget is usually the same for PR and promotion is usually the same as the budget of the movie. Oh, it's like around like so if the budget's like $100 million to make the movie, then the budget for PR is like another $100 million.
Wait, really?
Usually, yeah.
You think Dune had a $100 million promotion budget?
They had a huge budget because they had like 5 or 6 premieres, or like Barbie as well. But Barbie Mattel also paid a little bit for, so that kind of helped. But yeah, budgets for
That's
like
what you should be mad at. Be mad at people like Dune spending $100 million on red carpets. Like that to me seems a lot more wasteful than a Tarte trip for $1 million or something like that. Just trying to sell some makeup. That's crazy because like something like Dune, like if you had one red carpet would still have the same effect as if you had 5 or whatever.
I guess. But I guess for them to justify it was all like international too, so it was a little different because you want to get as much money as possible like internationally as well. So I don't know.
I just feel like you don't even need to promote it. Like it's just like people are gonna see it. Like they're not, you know what I mean? Like no one needs to see Austin Butler playing with puppies. I love it, but I'm just saying like I don't think that sells the movie. I think it would sell regardless.
I think the visibility, like for Barbie, when you saw Margot Robbie doing all those Barbie outfits, like every time she was in Barbie outfit, it like sold it more. Same as
that's true.
Zendaya doing all her outfits, like it sells it every time.
Damn.
You're
right. Okay. Don't listen to me. You're probably right on that one. I'm with you on that. And like Tarte too. Tarte visibility. Now we know about Tarte. Like honestly, Tarte never crosses my mind. And then I see this and I was just
Same.
like, you
I
think
don't
about
really
it,
think about Tarte. And then you remember, the shape tape. Everyone loved the shape tape.
That's all I have actually now is the shape. I'm like, I do buy it actually. So it does work. Shout out Tarte. The CEO or the owner is like really young too. I always see her in all these TikToks.
Really?
Yeah, she's like young and she goes on the trips with all them. And I was like, okay.
The other TikTok drama, did you see the Bryce Hall Kanye West situation?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
That was another really random one to me that I am intrigued to get your take on because he exposed that Kanye West slid into his girlfriend's DMs on Instagram and invited her to like a listening party for his album, but it was all kind of sus to me.
It was very sus. That was my first thought is like, Because the first text was from, supposedly the first text looked like it was from Kanye that said back in Cali.
Yeah.
So it looks like she like deleted, in my opinion, it looked like it might have been deleted messages. So that wouldn't be the first thing you would text someone. You'd be like, I don't know. It seemed a little weird. Like there was maybe some missing messages.
Yes.
I'm always a little sus when people don't do a little scroll through to show it. Or just in general, it's like, that's so easy to show. I think we've seen this with someone else too, where, or I think it was Dave Portnoy actually, like of all people recently said this. Like he's like, she didn't show like the first like 6 messages trying to get his attention and then he responded, So it's like, show the full context of it all. The whole thing seemed very odd. Of course, Bryce Hall being in the center of anything. And like, look, I get it, Bryce. I'm like you too. Like I've had my problematic past where people are just going to be like, assume the worst about you because you're Bryce Hall. Like I get that. That's me too. They'd be like, oh, it's Trisha Paytas. Like, oh, So I get it. But it's like, that's what you just assume, right? It's like Bryce Hall. You're like, okay, this sounds like, it's like when he came for, who was it? Billie Eilish. And he's like, not a fan anymore. And everyone's like, okay, like you're doing the most. Like, no, just relax. But it seems sus. It also seems sus where he's like, someone tell Kim. I'm like, well, he's not married to Kim.
Yeah.
Like, are you out of touch? Like, the whole thing seemed a little sus. Because also, there wasn't anything incriminating in the messages. So they're just putting out these messages to be like,
to kind of,
oh, look.
I know. And I'm not like a Kanye defender by
Definitely
literally
not.
any means, but like.
We are anti-Kanye.
It was like, of all the ways to try and dunk on him, like that just made no sense. It kind of makes them look more sus, if anything.
No, for sure. Like, what were they trying to show? He's like back in Cali. What would he ask? Like, if he would want to come to a listening party or something?
Yeah, to listen to the new album.
Like, to me, that sounds like an influencer event. It's like, hey, I'm Beyonce. Do you want to come to this influencer event and listen to this album and talk about it? I don't know. That's what I grasped from it.
It didn't seem very like
soliciting.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was weird. Yeah, he lately again doing the most for it to be in the media. I get it, but it's just like I just know you lose a little bit credibility. And how do I know this? Because it's me. It's like if you just talk about every little minor thing, then people are like, okay, like how is all this stuff happening to you? And you're the victim constantly and stuff. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like this wasn't bad. It wasn't happening to you. There wasn't anything incriminating. Again, I think Kanye is like a piece of shit. Like I really think he's like the worst kind of person, like in so many levels, but. This is just like, it just seems very clout chasey and very, you're not the victim in this. And again, just like words of wisdom is just to be like, if you want to be a little more like reputable, try and pick and choose when you come forward with some damning evidence, you know what I mean? Make sure it's actually damning. Because I get some sus DMs. I do. And sometimes I'm like, maybe I should screenshot this and share it. And then I'm like, I don't think I need to. Like, you like think about it. You gotta, you know what my best advice is like sit and think on it for like at least a day. And then usually the next day you're like, probably don't need to talk about it. It's probably not that big of a deal. Like it makes me look weird and like no one will ever DM me again. So
true. Especially because his girlfriend is like a model, right? So
is she? I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's a model. Like she's an influencer, but I think
she models.
Yeah. So especially if you're modeling.
Yeah. And also just being in the entertainment industry, like you do want people to DM you for opportunities. You know what I mean? So I was hesitant to even say Abel sent me a thank you. I haven't heard from him since, so maybe I shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Because you just don't want to be that person to be like, oh my God, whatever. Even if it's nice or good. So I keep my DMs on the low. I mean, if it was something crazy, like if it was some crazy story, maybe.
Yeah,
but
that's like something that's harmless. And
yeah, I've gotten a lot of haze from people where I'm like, that's kind of weird. And I always want to like know more, but I'm like, can you imagine Mr. Beast being like, hey, he does not DM me. Feastables did though. I can't believe they didn't send you one because I really think they sent it to a lot of people. I remember last week a lot of people seemed to get theirs. Like Jeff, I think got his. So I really thought you probably would have gotten. I thought maybe they just did like a mass shipping or something.
Well, maybe it's waves. Like maybe it's wave one because we weren't in wave one, obviously with yours because so many people got it that first one. So
same box.
Same box, yeah.
But when did they get it? Because I mean,
a week before.
Right, because mine I got notification about it being mailed right after the podcast aired. So I'm pretty sure it was sent because we talked about it.
That'd be wild.
Why?
And now they have their microphone on; they can hear us.
It makes sense.
Yes.
I mean, it makes sense that they would send it because we talked about it. Don't worry, we'll give an honest opinion about it.
I've heard not great things about this chocolate.
I saw it in Target finally, and
did you try it?
No, I didn't want to.
I want to wait.
Yeah,
you should wear this costume on Wednesday when we try it, so you can be the Oompa Loompa trying the chocolate.
It does make sense.
It would be really cute. We're doing a gaming day Wednesday. Maybe we'll try the Feastables. We will try the Feastables because that'd be this week one. Patreon.com/JustTrish. Check it out. We're going to do... I got my gaming stuff all set up on my computer. My sister
Oh,
did
I'm
it.
excited.
Yeah,
We're going to be legit
too.
now.
Yeah. She said the weekend skin is no longer... You can't buy it anymore.
Oh, thank God we got it before it was gone.
I know, but will I be able to play it? I can't play it, right?
You can just log into that account.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got new cat ears that light up.
Oh my God.
I don't know
We're so legit now.
Okay. I hope so. Can I wear them while we're recording? I don't know.
Yeah.
Will it still pick up the sound if my earphones are plugged in?
Yeah.
You look so cool. It's like you're just twisting your hair. I love it. It's so cool to see. It's so weird. That's what I always think about too. When I watch the podcast back, like sometimes I'm able to, like on Tuesdays I do like live chats or whatever. And I'm always like, it looks so legit. It looks like a real TV show. But when we're sitting here, we're just like, I feel like we're just like on the couch or something.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you look and you're like, oh my God, it looks like a real TV
Same.
show.
I always forget that like
people watch.
yes, all the time. And then you see it clipped and I'm like, oh yeah, we just said
Yeah,
that.
I'm like, but it looks good. It always looks like a TV show. I was like, wow, I need to get more energy. Last week I was so low energy. I was like, oh my God.
But we still serve.
We served.
Yeah.
We served
We made
until
it work.
So many people were sick. They enjoyed it. They were like, how did you know that I was sick too?
Yeah, they're like, I feel
Cozy.
comforted. Yeah, cozy vibes with that. More news for people. God, there's just a lot. There's just a lot of like depressing news in the world revolving around money. Kellogg's cereal CEO is telling everyone to eat cereal for dinner, and people are mad.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm out of touch on this one. Why? Why are people mad? First of all, I love cereal. I think I had General Mills. I think Lucky Charms is General Mills. But everyone's calling for a boycott of Kellogg's. Is it because of this comment or something else?
I have no idea. Maybe this comment. I think people are mad because the prices of cereal keeps going up and is saying like, oh, if you can't afford, it's kind of like a classist thing. Like if you can't afford to have dinner, just eat cereal for dinner.
Oh.
But then cereal, literally I went yesterday I was at Target and a box of like Special K. It was like a new flavor. It was $9. And I said, absolutely not. I'm not going to spend $9 on a box of cereal.
Really?
Not even the family size, like the little.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, we're doing Target?
I was at Target, yeah.
They're more expensive. You gotta go to Ralph's.
I know. Well, sometimes
is cheaper.
Sometimes they're cheaper, sometimes not.
You
But
can get 2 for
usually-
$4 boxes of cereal because I eat cereal day and night. I love cereal, and you can get like Lucky Charms and Apple Jacks 2 for $4.
But then I think like the less like sugary ones are the ones that are so expensive.
Ugh, who would eat them? Like, what's the point of cereal if you're gonna have like Oat Bran, Corn Flakes? I'm like, bleh. We have them up there, but I always go for Lucky Charms.
Like another food place I was going through it too was Wendy's, and that I was more sad about Wendy's.
But they took it back. They're
Oh,
like,
they
we didn't do
retracted it?
Yeah,
Okay,
they were
okay.
gonna price surge.
Yeah, they were gonna increase the prices of their meals depending on when they were busy, kind of like Uber or whatever.
Like,
which
I get
makes
the concept of it. I guess that makes sense.
But it's like obviously like lunchtime people are gonna want Wendy's, so like I don't know. That was so shady to me. That made me not want to eat at Wendy's, and I love Wendy's now.
But again, this is what I'm saying. Like, all publicity, good publicity. Because I swear to goodness, I Postmated spicy chicken nuggets right after that. I was like, God, that sounds really good right now. Spicy chicken nugs.
I thought of it, but then out of
said
spite,
no.
I was like, I'm not gonna
Okay,
get Wendy's.
I respect the protesters for sure. I just cannot join in on the cereal. Like, I eat cereal like for 3 meals a day. Like, I love cereal.
I love cereal too.
Oh, what's your fave? Special K?
I go through waves. Like right now, I like Special K, the like vanilla almond.
Oh,
or
you get the
something.
flavors.
Yeah.
We have regular Special K. That's my fave. I love the regular Special K.
The one I wanted to get, I think it was like strawberry cheesecake or something. It looked good, but it was $9. I said, we can't support
You're like,
that.
I'm gonna spend $50 on my Postmates tonight instead.
Period. Yeah.
Postmates is wild too. Postmates is crazy. When we stop Postmating, I swear to goodness, we save like thousands of dollars a month. Because like we Postmate maybe once a week, and we save so much money. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, Postmates is expensive.
All the fees and everything, it's crazy.
And I swear the restaurants increase the prices on Postmates. Like for the
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
known. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's known. I think Postmates does that.
Oh
Yeah, basically they
They
have,
surge.
It's kind of like a shadow menu. Like there's a menu that you see that is different from the.
my God.
No, they definitely
Yeah.
do. Because we'll go to Cheesecake Factory, just us like 3 and whatever, and it's like maybe like $50. Like we're so cheap when we got to eat. And then literally when we Postmate, it's like $150.
Double. Yeah.
I was like, wow. It's like no exaggeration. It's always over $100 when we Postmate from Cheesecake Factory, and the exact same thing that we'd get at the store. So yeah, I guess we just go out to eat mostly now, or we
I
cook
mean,
at home. But
cooking is even. Yeah.
yeah, but if we're gonna go out, we're gonna not Postmate, that's for
Yeah.
sure. And it always gets like cold. We always do priority. It's always cold. They never get the right stuff. I Postmated an angel food cake on Friday, and they came with like little pound cakes, Edmonds wrapped. I was like, this is not it. And he's like, I hope you don't mind. I was like, I mean, of course I didn't complain, but I was like, I guess I'll take these. I didn't eat them. It's just so expensive. We had talked about this before, but it's just like, why just can't we have free money in the world? Like, why are we all working? Why? Do you ever think about that?
Yes, all the time.
Because they always think like, okay, the world is for human experience and interact with each other and whatever. It's just like, okay, but so why are we trying to make money?
I know. We got to go back to the
Bartering.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We talked about this.
Yeah.
What were you going to barter? I was bartering my body. What were you going to barter?
I was going to do seashells.
Seashells? That's what you said? What does that mean? You're going to go collect them or what? Okay. Random.
I just remember I have a vague recollection of like reading a history book and seeing that that's how people, that was like currency at one point. It was like seashells. Seashells.
Have you heard that? Wait.
Seashells.
By the seashore.
Yeah.
Sally sells seashells by the
seashells were beads. Beads used to be like, till today, people collect those beads. But I think it's just like, what's money? It's a piece of paper. So you need to have something.
And now it's not even paper. It's literally like electronic. It's like they're not even paper.
It feels fake.
It feels so fake. And that's like the dangerous part though too, is like when you just send money electronically, you don't think anything of it. But if you take cash out, it's like yeah, I have $200 cash with me all the time. I'm like, I don't want to spend this. Like, you know what I mean?
I have the $20 from the Chinese New Year that you gave me, and I'm like afraid to spend it. I'm like,
don't manifest it. Manifest it into 20. Oh, you have it there.
Yeah.
Year of the Dragons.
I
Here we
love
go.
it. They keep it.
I feel it. It's gonna happen this year. I think the lottery win is gonna happen. And then I'll just like buy you out for the next 10 years. I'll be like, sorry, we had to cancel the podcast, but here's $10 million. I'll be the Amazon. I'll be the Jeff Bezos. Do you think I'll have more money than Jeff Bezos if I win the lottery tonight?
No.
How much money he has?
Billions on billions. Yeah.
Do you think I'd get invited to his parties?
Well, yeah, then at least you'll be in the circle,
Yeah.
you know.
Do you think they look down on people who just won the money and didn't earn it?
For sure.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the whole being is about they're better than you because they are so successful.
Well, I bet Elon Musk would pay attention, then he'd come on the podcast. Maybe we'll do one more episode, have Elon on. I'll be like, look, I have a lot of money too, so don't bullshit, okay? I actually manifested this money. So I think, that's the test right there. Manifestation, right? Is it more powerful than science? Like, you know,
that is the age-old question.
Right. There's like the science of the lottery, but I think it's all about manifesting and like believing you're going to win it and seeing how you're going to win it and what you're going to do. We already know the house we're buying. I literally said, I just want to buy this house with slides and then have a chef. Like, that's it. I don't even know. Like, Rihanna performing at that, what was it, $9 million or something? It's like, do you need that much money? You know what I mean? For real. Like, it's like, not even like shady, whatever, but it's like, I get it. It's one night of performance, but it's like, she probably makes that like easily in a year off just like makeup alone or music or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, do you need the $9 million? Like, for what? Another $9 million? I don't know. I would be so content with $9 million a year. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Would you?
I think if someone really wanted you to perform I Love You, Jesus at their wedding and offered you $9 million, you wouldn't say yes.
Me now, but if I won the lottery and I had $480 million, which I'm sure Rihanna has that. I would be, hell no. I'm not coming. What? I don't know you. Are you going to like kidnap me? Like, I don't know. That sounds like no way. Absolutely not. Like, literally now, even me now, I was thinking about like what it would cost for me to go to India to like sing at someone's wedding, and I was like, it'd be $1 million minimum. But that's like also in comparison to like what I make. It's like $9 million isn't that much, I don't think, to Rihanna.
Yeah, I see that.
Right?
Yeah, but I'm sure there was no fear of like any shady business though, because someone else in the family in India, they got Beyonce to perform. I forget who it was. I think it was like one wedding was Beyonce, and then like the son's wedding was Rihanna. So I don't know. The family just be booking the biggest
they're just
stars.
like known. I mean,
yeah,
okay.
they're like famous.
I've had offers to perform in, I think it was Dubai twice. It was it was around the time of Celebrity Big Brother, and it was twice in Dubai. And I just was like, what if they get at me? And this was before I knew anybody, and I was like, I'm just gonna go over by myself and be like, here I am at your birthday party. Like, it wasn't obviously $1 million, but it was a lot of money. I think maybe it was like $150,000, and I was like, that's kind of a lot. And it was literally just to sing Happy Birthday. I didn't have to perform my own song. I had to sing Happy Birthday and then like party with the people, and I was like, I like the idea, but I was like, what if it's like I become a wife or something over there? Like, you know.
I think in Dubai it means a little bit different than what it means in India.
No, but like people do it. Like Iggy Azalea, like, Black Eyed Peas. They were on our flight to Dubai. Remember when we went to the Maldives? The Black Eyed Peas were there to perform or something. And I was like, I think people really go there a lot. Like Saudi too. I think Saudi always brings like a ton of people over. I have a lot of Saudi fans. Shout out, by the way. Our Patreon, I was always like, do you ship to Saudi? I was like, what? I think we have like 5 Saudi people. I was like,
we ship worldwide.
It's complicated. It's very complicated. We have to go to the post office but we do it. But shout out Saudi. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if I'd go perform now. I guess I would. I don't know. I honestly don't, because I'm like, I don't know. I kind of want to be home with my baby. I don't know if I want to bring my baby all the way over. I don't know. It sounds like a lot. Maybe first class Emirates. I don't know. It just seems weird. Like, I just think, like, if you have so much money, like, again, if I won the lottery, it's $480 million. It's a lot. But I mean, I'm really good with maybe even a $60 million win. I think I'm good with that. I don't think I need $480 million. I'll help other people with that, I guess. But it seems excessive. And I don't think you need that much. Like, I definitely will never buy a private jet. Mark my words. No. I'm not a carbon footprint copy, whatever. I'm not that person. But I just think it's so unnecessary. Mm-hmm. So unnecessary. It's also, like, not really, like, I feel like it's not as safe. I don't know. I'd rather be on a commercial flight or something, just first class.
Was it Carol G? Didn't she have something with her private jet last week?
No, really?
I think it was Carol G. They
What?
had to make like an emergency landing.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
You always hear stuff kind of go wrong. And I mean, it's sad. Like, you obviously can't live your life in fear, like planes crash, whatever. But you just hear about it a lot more. Like Jenny Rivera had hers, who was Aaliyah. Rick Nelson.
Statistically, there's more accidents in private jets.
Travis Barker's, yeah. No, it just, right. To me, I don't know. It's a fear. It's a fear. I don't think it's like that irrational. I think it's a pretty rational fear. And I'm just like, The only private jets I'll take are with HASAN to New York to the Shorty Awards while he's high on mushrooms. I guess he's an ally. I guess the girls and gays like him because our audience are stands of him. When you talk about him, they're like,
period. Love that.
Yeah, they're like, he's an ally. I'm like, okay.
I don't really know anything. I'm learning more about that friend group now that I mentioned HASAN because people are like teaching me about it.
Who's the other group?
Like QTCINDERELLA Blair, who I do love Blair because she's I interviewed her a couple months ago and I love.
You did? Wait, I didn't know you still did interviews.
It was like a one-off because no one else. The other girl that was supposed to do it couldn't do it anymore, so then I interviewed her.
Oh my god!
It was like
congrats.
very like low key.
I didn't know you did that.
That was a while. It was like early last year, I think.
Oh my god!
And she was very very sweet, and I really like her.
QTCINDERELLA. So is that a gamer?
I think she's a gamer. She's with
Twitcher.
Yes, and
streamer.
She is with Ludwig, who's another streamer.
Oh,
and
this
she's
is so
friends with
foreign.
Pokimane.
Oh, okay, we know Pokimane. We love the cookies. I would love Pokimane. I didn't want to know about the cookies. I would love her on.
I know. We need Pokey. And not even to talk about like gaming, like Twitch
definitely
stuff.
Not.
Definitely not.
Couldn't care less about streaming. I just want to know about the cookie. And her sassiness overall, I think, is funny.
Same. I like her vibe.
Yeah, I do too.
I follow her on Twitter, and I just like her vibe. Same with Blair. I like her vibe. And her friend Austin, who's also friends with HASAN.
Okay. I think I finally saw him. He's the gay one.
Yes.
I think I finally saw. Do they three have a podcast, maybe?
I think so.
I see the clip of them always like sitting three by each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a room.
I love expanding our knowledge of social media. There's so many social media groups that are so popular, too. Yeah. Who was another one? Oh, there's like triplets that are popular now. Sternapoli triplets. I don't know.
On TikTok?
Maybe.
Oh.
They were on Zach Sang. One of them was on Zach Sang. They did, I think Jake collabed with them. Jake Weber just did a collaboration. But they're kind of, everyone's like, they're the same fandom as like a Jake and Johnny. Like they're kind of like really popular.
I love learning about these new.
Me too.
Yeah, it's fun.
Wild. Like I said, I was introduced to the Jake, Johnny, Tara, all this stuff like that. Tara. I love her. She's coming on. That whole fandom. And I'm like, wow, there's just like so many fans that are just hardcore. And it's so wild to me.
Yeah.
I got to do a 23andMe test.
I know the comments are like, just do it right.
I know.
Wow. Because we have to not eat, right?
Yeah, we have to not eat.
Yeah.
Someone, and I take this as a compliment. I had to look it up. I didn't know what she looked like, but I was in a new magazine this week. If you're in the UK, go get The Face magazine. It's on stands. It's called The Face. I'm not on the cover, but Charlie XQC.
XCX.
What is it? XCX?
Yes.
Oh my God, there's so many. Charlie XCX is on the cover, so that's a sleigh right there. I just have a little feature in there, but I posted a picture on my Instagram with my McDonald's visor. It was like this weird, by the way, they asked me to bring the McDonald's visor and shirt. Some people thought I was trying to do like, I don't know, like I know we're protesting McDonald's. Look, I'm not eating McDonald's, okay, I'm protesting. But I didn't even think about it. They're like, bring your McDonald's thing. I was like, okay, so I wore it. Then they put me in a mailman wig. Okay, cool. So anyways, someone on that picture, a couple people commented and said I looked like Etta James. And I looked her up and I was like, do you know who Etta James is?
The singer.
Yeah, from like the 50s. And I was like, oh, I could actually really see that one. Usually I don't really like see it too much.
Oh.
What if that's like my grandmother? Because I really don't know what my grandmother on my paternal side like looks like. What if that was like her?
What's the name?
Etta James.
Etta James.
Wow, I do see it.
Right? Especially if you put the side by side of the McDonald's picture with that. I was like, my nose, like a lot of the stuff like looks just like her. Beyonce played her in a movie, so I'll take it.
Wow.
So I really went to my 23andMe. I was like, wow, I really can see that.
We have to talk about the little girl who was singing the national anthem because she's so like us coded, I think.
I know. Okay, yes. Love her.
Yeah, she was performing for the Pacers game.
Wild. They're like NBA. They're like legit. I was like, that is huge. People on the internet even like critiquing her or her parents' choices or whatever. Like, they're so weird. Like, people are so weird when they like criticize a child. Like, I blame the parents. I don't blame the child. It's like, what do you blame the parents for encouraging their child to sing? I'm sorry, if my child got a chance to sing the national anthem at the NBA thing, I don't care if she was a good singer or not. I'm like, she's gonna sing if she likes to sing. And this girl loves to sing. She's a performer.
Yeah.
She looked so iconic. She had an iconic dress, and I was like, she loves to sing. And like, it also wasn't bad. Like, I get it if it was like bad, whatever. Okay, even if it was awful, like, it's a little kid, you don't tell them that they're awful. But it's like, it wasn't bad. Like, she was kind of like slaying it. I was kind of like, why are people? It's kind of like the Nick Lachey thing we were talking about last time with the guitar. It's like, he's not bad. Why are people like clowning him? I don't know. And then people with the kid and be like, I blame the parents. They should. Who let this kid sing? I'm like, I don't know, people with hearts and souls that want to see a child like light up when she performs. And this isn't her first rodeo or game or halftime show. She's done this before.
Yeah.
I love her. What's her name? I love her.
Kingsley Murray.
Kingsley Murray is an absolute star. I thought she sounded so cool. I loved her take on it.
I loved her outfit.
Her hair, everything was such a slay. Is her dad a single dad? That's what I heard.
Oh, I don't know.
I heard it was a single dad, which also slay, because I was like, wow, the way he did her hair and makeup, if that's true, I don't know, just looked so good. I guess her dad supposedly was like a news reporter or something for teams, or a medic for the sports teams. I don't know. He has some connection to the NBA, so he's able to get her in. Maybe he was like their reporter or something like that. So he did have the connection. She was a little bit Nepo baby in this. But again, like, why wouldn't you if you have the connections? I always wondered how people got to sing the national anthem. I would love to sing the national anthem. I would love it. Oh my God. Like, put me in. I would be, and I would give it my go. I'd give it my all. I'd give it my best for sure. I wouldn't make it funny like Roseanne, you know. Bless her heart, but I would give it my all.
Do a little bit. Maybe the end, because I love the end.
Okay, I'll start with the beginning, and then I'll just help a second later. Okay. Oh my God, I can already see it. Ladies and gentlemen, Trisha Paytas singing the national anthem.
Please rise.
Please rise, yeah. Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming. Okay, and then I'll go to the end. How's the end go?
Oh, the land.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the land of the free. And the home of the brave.
That was so good.
Right? Thank you. I feel like I have to practice and warm up a little. I was a little nervous at the beginning, but I think I found my thing. But I think I would kind of kill it, right?
I love your Jessica Simpsonism. So like,
oh well, that was just me.
So...
But I know.
I love the.
Let's see. Can you do it?
No.
Do a little. Pick up in the middle or something. And the rockets regular.
And the rockets regular. The bombs bursting in air. And then I'll do a growl like she did.
Okay.
Gate true through the night. That our flag was still there.
That was actually so good.
Maybe we can do
it. We can actually sing. Moses, take the next part.
No.
You don't know any of it?
Definitely not that part.
Can you sing a little bit? You're a good singer.
Yeah, but I don't know the words. If I knew the words.
I mean, you have a phone. Okay. Moses, you're such a good singer. People like when you sing. Okay.
I'm still sick.
All right. Well, anyways, we'll do it then. We'll do a duet.
With Kingsley Murray. We'll get her too. We can be like a little, we'll be a little group.
I would wear that outfit.
The outfit was a slay.
I love the national anthem. I love when people sing it. I think it's so fun.
She also had the gloves, my gloves. Like,
really?
I love the fist that she goes.
She was good. Like, right? Like, she's 8. Like, what do people expect? Like, I thought she was good. I didn't think it was, like, bad at all.
No, I think, especially if she, like, the more she practices and takes lessons and stuff.
Sure.
She has the raw talent.
Yes.
And it can be, like, shaped.
Stage presence.
Taylor Swift, when she was 8 years old, didn't sound, like, iconic either.
No, of course. Who would? Who would at that age? Unless you're, like, Christina Aguilera or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's, like, she's so good. And, like, shame on all the people making it go viral because they're, like, oh, this poor kid, this poor thing. She looked like she was having fun. I don't think she thought she did bad. I don't think that the dad thought she did bad. I don't know. People are just wow. Okay, I guess if it's like Fergie, like if it's an adult, okay, whatever. Like make fun of them. But it's
a
just like
professional musician who's like the whole career is singing, you know, like and you're bad, then okay, like
which is crazy. It's like the J-Lo of it all. She's getting canceled for her bad singing now. Everyone's like, she's actually like not that good. I don't know. I mean, but I also applaud people who make a whole career of it, like that can't sing, and they like make a career of singing. I was like, that's kind of everything.
Honestly, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Fergie, like low key, she was kind of it for a minute. Like people really liked her.
Her solo album was like hit after hit after hit.
Yeah. I thought she had kind of a good song. So it's like, I don't know if she can sing. I don't know. I'm not a judge on who can sing, but I mean, if you can make a career out of it. J-Lo too, like I get it. Like, I mean, maybe she's not a great singer, but she made a career out of it. And I lived for J-Lo back in the day. Oh my God, like Waiting for Tonight and stuff. Or The Love Don't Cost a Thing. Oh, I thought she was so beautiful on the beach, where she's like throwing her jewelry off. I was like, oh yes.
I love Get Right. Get right with me.
Who did you do that one with?
I'm about to feel you so we can get right.
Oh, you were like Bronx J-Lo. I feel like that's when she was Jenny from the Block.
On the 6.
Yeah. That's when I feel like that. I was more like bougie J-Lo, where it's like, if you don't run in the escalade to the valet, what you're trying to play, what's already yours, there's my keys on the control. All that matters is treat me right. Give me all the things I need that money can't buy.
She actually is a little Trish codec. Did you see that she said, she was like, because you know her movie was like Crazy or whatever, and it was like she put a lot of money into it. She's like, no one is asking for this, no one wants this, but I want this, you know.
I love. And then when everyone said no, like all the celebrities that said no to being in it, and she's like, I don't want them. If they don't see that this is gonna be fun, that they're gonna have fun on this project, I don't want it. I was like, yes, girl.
She did kind of win me over with that.
Totally. But then Lizzo replied and she goes, I never got the call because they used her as one of the people. Like, Lizzo's not available.
Taylor Swift, not available. Like, all.
Well, they reached out to Taylor Swift. Could you imagine?
Ariana Grande.
I mean, Derek Hough even was busy. I was like, wow, if Derek Hough is busy for your movie, maybe we need to rethink it. I think he ended up being in it, though, so I guess he made it work.
She did get, like, Post Malone and Keke Palmer, so she did get, like, big names.
Yeah, that's kind of everything.
It is wild.
I love it. I love that she self-funded it herself. $20 million or something.
And then even talking about her album, she's like, this is probably going to be my last album. No one was really asking for like a J-Lo album. No one really wants it. I'm like, okay.
I love that so much. That's definitely me. I for sure will do another album. Sad Boy album 3 is coming soon. No one asked for it, but
a lot of people actually have asked for it.
Now they kind of have. That's what I'm saying. You wait long enough. What is it? It's like you wait long enough and you become camp. You know what I mean? It's like not even like, it's not cringy anymore. It's like, now you're camp. Now you're everything. And I love that so much. And I feel like, yeah, you just wait it out. And then you become vintage and nostalgic. And you're like, oh my God, that's so cute.
And then people want the comeback.
Yeah, the comeback is coming. Once I win this lottery. We didn't talk about Ariana Grande and Zach saying. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah.
Ariana. Her voice. I love how she changes accents. I love. I feel like I did too. When I look at old clips of me, I had like such a southern accent. I would always like, y'all, I can't believe this happened. Like, I love when people change accents. She has like a transatlantic accent now, and I love it. She's very like theater girl. Like, oh, is that okay if I take my shoes off? And then he's like, what did he say? Oh, he said, oh, you let the dogs out or something like that. Just, I hate that saying. And that's what I always feel. When we do our Patreon extended, I always take off my shoes and I like get comfortable. And did someone say it or did you say it? The dog's out, or do I say it?
I said it, and then you started saying it.
And I said I don't like when I don't like that either. I don't like when the people say, "Oh, your dogs are out, the dogs are barking" or something like that. Yeah. And she said that. She goes, "Oh, I don't like that at all." I just kind of live for her. Love the interview. What do we think of it? People really just dislike her discussion about her relationship. They hate when she addresses it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I agree with. I always have the preface. I love Ariana. I loved everything, her whole vibe. I love when she talked about Wicked, how much it means to her, how she like changed so much of herself because she's so passionate about the role. I thought that was sweet. I'm excited for the album. But I think this is another thing I had to investigate, because every time we talk about the Ariana thing and we mentioned that Lily James, Ethan's ex-wife, talked to Page Six, everyone's like, Oscar. Page Six had to issue a retraction because Lily did not talk to Page Six. But that's not true, because Page Six still has never taken the quotes from Lily back, has never issued a retraction. There's like a fake screenshot of an article on Twitter and TikTok that says Page Six has issued a retraction, but every article, that original article with the quotes about Lily saying Ariana is not a girl's girl, my family's collateral, that original article is still on Page Six. Every follow-up that they talk about Ariana, they still mention the quotes from Lily.
So it's like, it's a real quote then.
Yeah. So, and you can't just fake a quote obviously Page Six is not the most reputable, but it's still like an outlet that is an actual outlet, like it's an official outlet. You can't just make up a quote and then not get sued.
Right.
Especially one as damning as that, you know?
For sure, by every party. Even Lily herself would be like, I didn't say that. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, I think people like to, that's the rewrite history of it all. People are like, actually, that was taken down. It's like, no, it wasn't. So.
And then there's like stuff with the timeline. Well, actually, it was like 2 months after they already broke up is when they started dating, and there's weird things with the timeline. At the end of the day, it's all the relationship stuff is still like sus.
Yes.
And the gymnastics to try to like excuse it, it's like, okay, you know, it's not like a massage or anything in this case, really, because like obviously people looking at Ariana sideways, but Ethan was also getting a lot of, especially for me, Ethan is still,
I know you got the heat with Ethan.
Yeah.
I like them both. I'm here for it.
So
but
I think at that point, just don't talk about it.
That's exactly what it's got to be. It's the Colleen of it. I was like, just stop talking about it, and then eventually people will forget about it or whatever. And I feel like with the Ethan Slater thing, because she said what she said. I think her quote was, you know, people misunderstanding who you love, and it's like I don't think people are like misunderstanding it. I get what she's saying. Like maybe you don't know the full story, maybe you know whatever, but I think it's just like one of those things that are fresh. And the way it looks from the outside. Oh, what did she say? She's blamed like the paparazzi or something.
The media,
and everyone's like,
down a woman, like
and we're like, but we're all seeing it. Like it's not really the paparazzi or whatever. It's not the media twisting things. It's like we're kind of all seeing it.
Yeah, and like I wouldn't think. I think I would have much more leniency if, like I said, Lily didn't talk to Page Six, and yes, I get it was Page Six, but at the end of the day, they got those quotes from her of her saying that, and everything else that has been issued, like statement wise, has been from like Ariana and Ethan's sources to Ariana and Ethan. So read between the lines. Obviously, if it comes from them, it's going to be like the stance is going to be a little bit more like, oh, we were already broken up, it wasn't bad, you know.
But they haven't said anything, right? Like Ethan or Ariana.
Not officially. It's only been like sources close to Ethan or sources close to Ariana.
And they're saying that they were close to breaking up, or there was already problems.
They said that it was a 2 month, like 2 months had already passed since Ariana got divorced, and they had already, Ethan and Lily had already been separated or whatever.
I just think, regardless, like I still think you need like a year to be apart, right? Like you know
so
what I mean?
weird,
Like give yourself a year, you know? Like when you do jump into something, it does look sus. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I don't know. It's just like weird. I don't know. I've never gone through something like that, but it's hard to jump from one thing to the next, especially both of them. That's like such a coincidence. Like you're both were ending the marriage, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, now you're in a relationship. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, look, I think just don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah, because then it just makes it look weird.
And people it just angers people. Like no matter what, it's just like angers people because it looks like homes were destroyed. You know, like it looks like this baby doesn't have his father now. You know, it just looks bad, and so it's just like let's just like not remind people and just live your life. I wonder if they'll go to the premiere together. I
would imagine if they're still together by
but they haven't been public.
Well, she went to Spamalot and she took photos with him like on the little Spamalot red carpet.
But not together, like side by side with each other. Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Really? I just saw the one with like Andrew Reynolds, like but they were like on opposite sides of each other in the thing. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
I haven't
think
seen
for
those.
Spamalot, they did photos together, I think.
No,
sure.
I feel like no, because I feel like there was the paparazzi pictures, and even those were kind of like they were kind of far apart. I don't know. I feel like I would have seen that.
Maybe you might be right, but I thought I could have sworn. Maybe they were just close in proximity, is what I'm remembering. But
yeah. I feel like that would be a big thing if you're like, here we are on the red carpet, like
yeah.
I like her too. I think she's one of those girls who uses pretty privilege pass to like her advantage. You know, some people get pretty privileged and you're like, oh, okay, like they're too pretty, we can't take them seriously. But she's pretty, so you're like, oh, she's so pretty, okay.
And she's like just so sweet. Like I don't think she's a bad person. Like
right.
I feel like people, it's like so extreme where it's like if you say like if you don't agree with something someone did, then you like hate them or you're anti or whatever. I don't think that's the case. I love Ariana.
Yeah.
I've seen her in concert. I'll still get her album, listen to her album. I just think that one thing she did is a little weird. Like the relationship is weird, but I still like her. Like good people make weird choices sometimes, so it doesn't make you a bad person, you know?
Totally. I feel that way too. And it's like bad people can do like some good things too.
Yeah.
It's like a bad person does one good thing, everyone's like, oh, we love that person. It's like, okay, well, it doesn't mean they're still not like a bad person or something. But vice versa. I get it. Yeah, I totally get it. I've always stand Ethan, so
I've always stand Ariana. So
I just feel like the theater boy of it all. I'm a sucker for a good theater boy, like Alan Cumming, like all of them.
I'm a sucker for a good pop girl, and I love Ariana. I'm excited for the album. I think she has a song called like "The Boy Is Mine" or something on the album, and people are like
girl
already like ready to pounce on her for that. But no one's heard the song. We don't know what she's saying in the song. So
The boy is mine.
benefit of the doubt for now. You know?
Yeah, it's not like it's like your husband's mine.
Yeah.
Your husband's mine. That would be wild, though. I mean, you never know.
I know. But I feel like her vibe right now is all about like positivity.
Yeah, of course. You have to keep the positive vibes going. That's why she needs to not talk about it, because this is like her year with like Wicked and her album. So like, don't even bring up your relationship. She's private about it anyways. It's not like they're like in the, mainstream focus of everyone. It's like, she's pretty private about it. It's like, just focus on you, girl. Because people will support her. Like you said, people are definitely always Team Ariana, and people want to support her. And so we just, he could play a leprechaun. He could be the little gay leprechaun.
He could be the gay leprechaun.
Cute. Would you give him a pass to play gay?
Yeah, I guess so.
Or no, maybe you don't want to because you don't like him, so maybe you don't want to give him a pass.
He gives little fruity vibes to me, so he could get the pass.
I love Fruity Pebbles. I like a little fruit. Was that a City Sweeney quote where she's like, I like a little fruit in my salad or something? Was that her?
I don't know.
Or I just saw something else. I don't know. I thought that was such a cute quote. I was like, oh, I like that.
I love that, though.
A little fruit in my salad. Who was it?
Oh, was that from the sketch?
Love is Blind? Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. It's all kind of blurring in my head.
Me too. Someone said, by the way, Brad Mondo has come out as like gay, and it was like a joke. Good. I think. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Ariana, we stand. She looks really beautiful. She looks pretty.
Yeah, she looks great. I like the blonde. I'm excited for the album. I'm excited for the era. The Zach saying the time lapse he posted before the interview though was so funny. Like
the time lapse
he posted on his Twitter, I think, where it was like daytime, and then he posted the full thing, and then it turned to night because that's how long the interview was. Did you see that?
No, was it that long?
Oh, I don't know. The first episode was only 45 minutes. That wasn't that long.
Oh,
to
it's
me.
like a series?
There's 2 parts.
Oh,
I think today,
okay.
Tuesday.
What is he doing over here? He's like, we need 2
Ariana
parts.
I literally do.
I hate 2 parts. Can I just say I hate 2 parts?
It's
true.
true.
It's a lot. Like, just give us it all at once. Yeah. I don't know. It's a lot.
That part did kill me though, because it was so dramatic. It was like the time lapse, and they're sitting there chatting, and they talk so much. It went from morning to night. It was like pitch black. I was like, okay, it's so dramatic.
Did it end on a cliffhanger?
I have no idea.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
I only saw clips.
Yeah, me too.
But I saw that it was only 45 minutes though, part 1. I'm like, yours are like freaking 3 hours sometimes. So
especially if it's like your friend and stuff, and it's like you're the biggest superstar in the world. Love that she granted the first interview to Zach saying that's everything. I know,
that is everything.
I guess they are friends. Do you ever get like, are you actually friends with this person?
For her, I think. For her, I see it like it's very genuine with her, because she also befriends like drag queens all the time. Like she's like best friends with Selena Estes now. I think she was friends with her before, like friendly with her before Drag Race, but now they're like really close.
Okay.
So I think she's.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like, what makes you like friends? You know what I mean? Like how close is close, right?
I guess they hang out. Like,
what does that mean? Like that's so.
They hang out together. She would.
Like you think they just
Selena was at her house to watch the music video with like Frankie and her mom and stuff. So
I'm so foreign to the concept of friendship, like having people come hang
what
out.
Do you do?
Yeah. Do you have people just come over to your house?
Not when I was little. I think when I was younger, I had like one friend come.
But now,
no.
Do you ever go to other people's houses and hang out?
No.
It's so weird to me. It's so bizarre. I couldn't imagine just saying, "Oh, you want to come over and just order food?"
I know. I think about that all the time. Like people go. Like someone was like, "Oh." I asked like, "Oh, how was your weekend?" And they're like, "Oh, I had so many like friends' birthday parties I had to go to." I was like, "Oh my god!" Like
that's so weird.
Yeah, that's crazy to me that you just like go.
You have so many friends.
Yeah,
and that's what just feels like intimate. Like I think the last person I went out with was Zach Sang. We went to Benihana, and I just feel like, oh, am I on a date right now? Like I don't know. You just think like, oh, we're sitting with all these other couples and we're ordering the same thing. And Zach makes such intense eye contact. He won't stop like looking at you. And I'm just like, oh my God, this feels so. It's a Friday night. I was like, hey, bye to my husband and child. I'm going to go out, pick up this guy and go to Benihana. I don't know. Maybe I have issues just in my head with friendships where I just think it's like everything's always more than it is. And then I think it's weird. And then I get in my own head. I'm like, I don't know. It's just it's so bizarre to me. I guess if you're like a couple, then you have couple friends. I don't know. I guess we did. We had one hangout with like six couples. We went. It's just weird to me. And even that's weird to me. I'm like, I just wish I could be eating this appetizer by myself and not sharing it with everybody. Although it worked out because we ordered the wrong thing and they ordered the right thing, and then I got some of their crab cake. But I love them though. But they're a gay couple. I love like a gay couple. I love always.
I think maybe it's more simple if it's not around food.
Everything's around food.
Because food brings it all.
I know. I just like to eat. And I can't eat in front of... I can't eat in front of you, though, so I do consider you a friend.
Yeah,
I really did. I can go in... Yeah.
And we have a safe space for mukbangs too. Yeah, that last one, oh my god, the AMC one really hit. I loved it.
Oh my god, we'll just
was
only
so
do AMC
good.
mukbangs from now
It
on.
was really good.
It was. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I could go for some of that popcorn again. You have so many good food in your area. I'm so jealous.
It is
Every
lit
time that
over
there's
there.
a movie, instead of watching the movie, we just, just eat the food.
That's
go
what we
eat.
did. The guy's literally like, "What seat are you guys at?" We're like, "We're not. We're
You just give
we're
us
waiting
the
over
food,
there.
yeah.
We're waiting at the bar for the food." And we made 2 trips. That's when I really missed you, Moses. I was like, "Oh my god,
That was a lot.
We had to make 2 trips up and down to the car as a kid.
It was a trek.
Yeah. I realized
Wait,
like
so how much food was it? Like, you have 4
we had-
hands.
exactly. And he was carrying so much. He had my nachos
Well, and
and
those popcorn buckets really make it hard. So
Yeah.
in our defense, like they're slippery and like
we had
the
the
lids
popcorn.
pop off.
Right. The first
The
trip was
shouldn't been-
popcorn buckets
The
and
drinks,
sodas
yeah.
and not my nachos. And then the second one was like the hot food. It was like the chicken
Yeah.
fingers, which actually was really good. The chicken fingers, the fancy nachos, and something else. So
Mozzarella sticks.
oh god, everyone's been talking about mozzarella sticks today. I want to go to Arby's. Our closest one is Simi Valley. I love Arby's. Are you an Arby's person?
When I was little, I used to eat Arby's a lot. The roast beef and like curly fries.
Oh,
and
you eat the
everything.
sandwiches. I just
Yeah.
get fries and mozzarella
I
sticks.
do love the mozzarella sticks.
We gotta get our Korean fried cheese too.
Yeah.
Maybe this week. I thought I was gonna be out this week. I canceled everything because I was like, oh, I gotta like rest up, and I'm shooting a billboard on Saturday. I'm very
That's
excited. So
everything.
I know. So I'm really like this week. I'm like, okay, I'm
And
resting.
you didn't have to pay for this one.
I know they're paying me. I was like, whoa, okay. I really got that's the one I was talking about. Like I didn't know how much to ask for because I thought, well, I mean, it's an honor to be on a billboard. Should just do it for free. And I was like, okay, let me ask for something. And I don't know. I negotiated my
that's
own
funny.
contract. I got a little bit more than I was like, okay, not more, but I was like, you know, I started high, went whatever, and then I negotiated a little bit. I didn't even want to negotiate at all. I was like, you know what, that's fine, just give me whatever.
I'm the bad negotiator.
Oh, I set it kind of high, and then they went low, and then I was like, I was going to just say yes. I was like, okay, let me just throw it over, and I don't know. I mean, that's what people do. I'm just such a bad business
Same.
person. It's so hard. It's so difficult. If someone wants to give me any money, I'm like, all right, thanks.
Same. That'll be cool.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, talk about it on the podcast. Oh gosh, you know who has a private chef is DJ Khaled.
Does he?
Yes. Did you see him being carried?
No.
He asked to be carried by his security team so he wouldn't get his Jordans dirty.
That's
You didn't see that
wild.
clip?
No.
It's just like DJ Khaled being carried by like 4 guys. I'm like, that's first of all, 4 guys have to carry me. Please don't carry me. I will get all my. That's more embarrassing. And I'm sure 4 guys would have to carry me. I'm not saying anything, but I'm just like, please don't carry me. And I'm just like, this guy, DJ Khaled always kind of rubbed me the wrong way. He's the one that said he wouldn't give his wife like.
Yeah, he wouldn't
I
go
was
down.
like, you are weird. I get you have a private chef, and I know someone who's like been to his house before, and they're like, yeah, it's cool. Like private chef's always there. You can like whip up anything. I think that's cool. But also, like, how does he have that much money? Like, what did DJ Khaled do that he has that much
He has
money?
a lot of like songs. I feel like
He's a producer or what?
Yeah.
He produces everyone. Like every famous person has a song with him that he made.
Really? What's one song? I always hear it like DJ Khaled.
Yeah,
he
he
has-
always just shouts in the background.
yeah.
Love that. Okay, so he's rich. I mean, this is wild. I mean, again, that's what I'm saying. When you have too much money, where you can hire like 4 people to just carry you across the dirt. I mean, that's also like kind of weird. I don't think I'd want that either. I don't know. Being carried as a grown person seems. We didn't even talk about my favorite thing of the week, the Vivienne Westwood fashion show.
Oh my god, the Sam Smith.
Okay, we should cosplay them. I would love to. Oh my gosh, Slade looked so good. And this is another one where I know the internet is like trolling because they looked so good and like I wanted to buy everything Vivienne Westwood, the confidence. Just like the legs, like everything about it. I was like, this is what a normal body looks like. That everyone's on this Ozempic. Oh my god, we should talk about if you want. But I was like,
Yeah.
your text, because it's like, because I was thinking about it. I literally was thinking about it like a couple times after you texted me. And I was just thinking like, you have such like a good body, but our world is so Ozempic obsessed that like if you're not like 100 pounds, you think you're like fat or something. And that's what I was thinking with Sam Smith too. I was just like, people were kind of coming for them. And I was just like, that's like a good body to me. That's like a healthy body, like looking good, like full, like, you know, not even full. That's like insinuating plus size, just like healthy, just looking good, whatever. And then I thought that with you, when you were talking about, if you want to talk about this, you can cut it if you don't. But it's like when you're telling me that you're off your Ozempic, you're like,
I'm on it.
oh, you're on it. I thought you were going to get off.
No, I'm on it, but I gained weight on it.
Wait, then why aren't you getting off of it?
Because it's kind of on me. Like I was
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you thought maybe because sometimes it doesn't work for people. I saw Selena Spooky Boo. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but the Selena Spooky Boo with the she's talking about her Ozempic. She's a TikToker. Her Ozempic story and how it really just like backfired on her, and she like didn't lose weight, and it kind of made her like her body kind of go all out of whack and like the dangerous side of like Ozempic of it all. And like someone got off of it and they're like, don't get on it. It's like the worst thing for you and like really, cause damage to her body. But okay, so you're still on it. You think, so you think it's you. You don't think it's the medication.
February was rough because I was like stressed a lot because there was so many events. So I kind of figured because I was stressed. When you're stressed, you hold on to fat more. When you're not sleeping, you hold on to fat more. And then also because I was stressed and not sleeping, whenever I didn't have time to cook, I would want to indulge. Like I want nachos, and I was just eating bad.
Where?
Remember, I love the Eureka ones, but they're off the menu now, which is I have to investigate that.
I've been looking for good nachos. He tried to cook them for me. Oh man, I gotta find good. Okay, we're on the hunt for those. Next mukbang. Yeah. Actually, AMC had good nachos.
Yeah, AMC had really good nachos. The seasoning and stuff. Oh my god. But. Yeah.
Oh, so you think it was just okay? I thought you were saying like the medication maybe just like wasn't working.
I was losing weight before the first 2 months, but yeah,
you
February.
Look so good. It made me so sad because I was like literally I thought about it like days after. I was just like, your body is like so good. Like this is like just a normal body, and it's like thinking like, oh, I gotta like lose weight or whatever. And if anything, it's actually healthier because you work out, you have all the muscle and stuff. So it's like so crazy that you think you like need to lose weight or because you definitely don't need to. So what is it? You just want to be really thin? Or?
No, not even really thin. I'm technically from my height, I am overweight. Like when I go to the doctor, I'm overweight.
But like again, are they calculating muscle for real? Like I'm not even being that person. Like muscle weighs more. People would say that to me. My mom would say as a kid, I'm like, I don't have any muscle, mom. Thank you, but I don't have muscle. But you obviously have muscle, so it's like. It's like Zac Efron. I mean, he's probably overweight for his body size because he's probably humongous on the scale. I think if I did the
BMI, like the body mass index, I'm sure that it would be a little off kilter for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I just don't see it at all. Like that's what's so crazy at all. And I would never just like hype you up for whatever. I'd be like, okay, whatever, too fatty. I would say, but like we're not. That's what I'm saying. It's like, and I lump us in because you always talk about your weight, and like again, everyone's feelings are valid. You can feel overweight or whatever. But I was like, but you're just like not. And it makes me sad that like it is this world that we live in where everyone thinks they need to do it. And again, like for you, whatever, and for anybody, but it's just like, oh, I hate it so much.
I think there's people who like are like medically a proper weight or like even like underweight who also like are on, and then it gets kind of like dangerous, I think. But I am technically like overweight, so
I didn't know. That Selena Spooky Boo is diabetic too, and she said the medicine like messed her up. Like it just
weird. Yeah,
it kind of scares me, those kind of things. So Ozempic of it all, and it's like. I feel like all fat people like waited for so long to have this miracle drug, right?
True. Yeah.
And now it's like here and it's so attainable, and it's just like I don't know. I guess maybe because I'm pregnant, so I'm not even thinking about it right now. But I'm just like I just don't know. I don't know. I think the injection scares me. I think if it was a pill, I'd be more likely to take it.
Oh, yeah.
You inject?
Mm-hmm.
And they say it's not that bad, but...
No.
So do you regret it, or are you just like, you're
going
to keep on it?
I don't regret it. I also am not like... I feel like I am not like obsessive over it. I think because in general, like I still like work out and stuff. So like, I don't know. For me, I'm not expecting to like lose weight like immediately. You know what I mean? Like it's more of like a journey. And I think because I was like 300 pounds at one point and like I went down to 160. So
wow.
I don't know. Like I'm not like I know I can do it and I can work towards it. So this is like I just use it as something to help me get there.
Right.
But
how did you lose that much weight?
I think I was depressed and then on Adderall.
Oh no.
I like just started Adderall. Like I got diagnosed with ADHD in like 2018, I think. And then my depression made me want to work out as like revenge. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get sickening, and then everyone's gonna regret messing with me. That was my whole thing.
That was always my dream too. It never happened. After a breakup, like watch me get so hot. Never happened.
Please, I
actually wrote a song called Revenge Body because I pictured myself. I recorded it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna lose 50 pounds and then watch me. And it's like literally, God, I need to play it. It's like, anyways, we can do it on Patreon. But it's something like, we'll have to play it. It was such a good one. I forgot how it goes, but it's literally like me, like, ooh, looking like a 10 with my revenge body. It was like something, it was like very like, look how hot I am. I'm up in the gym, like, and it, like obviously never did a music video because I never lost the weight. But in my head, I thought, wow, I'm gonna lose like 100 pounds, and people are gonna be like, wow, Trish, did you see her?
Do you remember the Khloe Kardashian show Revenge Body on E?
Yes.
Yeah, that was that era. For me.
That was kind of everything, yeah. But also just kind of like the wrong message.
Literally, it was so bad. But
like, oh, you got dumped. Watch you get hot now. Because I think that's how Brooke said she initially lost her weight too. She said it was like a bad, because she said, she's like, you know, people started saying like, oh, you look so good. And she goes, honestly, I'm just depressed. I think she just didn't eat after her breakup. She was like so depressed. And so it does suck then though, because everyone's like, you look, and she said that too. I think everyone says you look good. So you kind of get like addicted to it in a little bit. You know what I mean? You got to like maintain that because now everyone says you look so good. I know. And when the number on the scale does make a difference. Like, I get wait all the time for my doctor's appointments for my pregnancy, and I'm like, oh, man. Like, to be, like, 240, I was just like, damn. I really thought, I always was never over 200 up until, like, 2020, I think is when I went over 200. I was always, like, 190, and I always thought, okay, that's good, whatever. And then now to be 240 and just, like, so way over the scale, it does mess with you a little bit, because everyone's like, Trish, you look great, you're glowing. And I appreciate it, and I do feel it. I do feel good, but then you just see that number and you're just like, oh. And sometimes I see my legs look a little mushy, and then I start getting a little everything.
Is the song called Revenge or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking for it.
Trisha Paytas, Revenge. I don't think it's copyright. I think we can play it. Oh, yeah. Like ecstasy. Okay. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Extra hard up on my fitness. Gotta wait for the chorus. Wait and see. It's kind of good. Bye-bye. And that's my revenge. Oh, yeah, Body on 10, that's my revenge. Clean off the lens and take it again. Body on 10, that's my revenge. Oh, that's it. Thanks for all the things you said.
Period.
Now I'm getting my revenge.
I love that.
I was like, watch me get so hot. And then me now, cut to me like 100 pounds heavier.
You did get your revenge, though.
You think?
A lot of people are.
Oh, well. Yes. Period on that. But, oh, for sure. I mean, just in general, I really did win in life. I may be fat, but I'm happy and I have a great life. I feel like a princess. I really do feel like I'm like Cleopatra. Is she a princess? I don't know. Maybe that's the wrong one. Who's a princess? Marie Antoinette. Somebody. I'm someone reincarnated. Someone who's fat and happy. I feel like that was Marie Antoinette. She oh, wasn't she the original KELLOGS CEO? She was like, let them eat cake when they're like, there's no more bread. And oh, have them eat cake. It's like, oh, okay, girl.
Oh, wow. You're so right.
And that's my first thought. I was like, wait, I feel like that's giving me Marie Antoinette vibes. Kind of love it. She's just like, whatever. They can't eat. Have them have sugary. Oh my God. Malibu had some cake for breakfast the other day. Only because I had some and I felt bad. I was like, let me just, whatever. And I only eat the cake. I don't eat the icing. And she had her little fork. And she was only getting the icing. And I was like, ooh, okay. And then she was like wired all day. I was just like, oh man. She didn't have much of it, okay? But I was just like, well, I guess a little. I don't eat icing because it's like too sugary. But she was like so loving it. And I was like, okay. And I was like, let's have a little cake to balance that out. We don't usually give her cake for breakfast. But she was living for it. She loves French fries and cake. And I was like, oh gosh, okay.
Nikita Dragun is kind of making a comeback right now. I don't know if you've seen.
No, well, it's Year of the Dragon, so.
Oh, that makes sense then. It would be.
She must be my age. Maybe she's 88. I bet she's born 1988.
She's young. I think she's like Bretman's age. Because she's like best friends.
If she's Year of the Dragon, she has to be 12 years younger than me.
She's 28.
So she's not a dragon.
Where did she get her name? I don't even know.
I always thought it was because she was Year of the Dragon. Maybe she lied about her age. Because, I swear I heard that she was, Year of the Dragon. Because even this year, she's like, okay, dragons, it's our year. Why else would she be called Nikita Dragun? Not a dragon. I want to know her Chinese zodiac. She's probably, something. I don't know. That's so weird.
I'm going to look that up. 1996. Rat. So she's not going to be Nikita Rat. So I'm still.
She changes her name as a rebrand. What is she in the news for? Again, she's like the Gabbie Hanna. She's like anything. I have empathy because they're going through something. You see those videos and okay, they're going through something. It's like me, you're going through something, and to go through it on social media and just it's just so much. It's so much, especially when you have just everyone has problems, but having to deal with it on social media is so hard. So I have a soft spot for her. I feel like we never even met, whatever. I feel like we had a little Twitter beef back in the day over literally nothing, over billboards, literally I'm on a billboard or something. I was like, okay, girl, whatever. But what happened with her? Is she good? Is she fine?
Yeah, she's slowly making her return to social media. She posted a TikTok, and it was almost like ASMR. She did a voiceover TikTok of her day, and it looked sweet. She was with her family. I think she was with her goddaughter. And she was talking about how they're getting ready to go to church.
Oh.
But the voice was it was just so soft ASMR. It was very weird. It's so opposite of what you kind of would expect from Nikita, or when you think of Nikita, And
what was she talking about? Just it was a vlog?
It was kind of a daily day in her life, and she's talked about she's trying to be more active on social media again and make her come back. But and she also mentioned too, she's like, I'm a little bit thicker, like I've gained some weight, which I think is a good thing, you know, like it means you're, you know, eating. I think that's a good thing.
And that's awful. You have to even like warn people that, like, just by the way, I've like gained some weight. It's like, oh, that's so sad.
I know. I think
like,
especially because her brand was always such like body, you know, like that also has to be super like dysphoric. So I feel for her.
Did she show herself?
Her like upper body, it showed like face, like she showed herself doing her makeup and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, she's another one I have a soft spot for, just seeing everything that she's gone through. Because did you see like the body cam footage of her arrest, like that came out a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, so it's not new, right?
No, the arrest was 2022, but
like in her apartment, like in the doorway.
Yeah, in Miami. Yeah, for some reason the body cam footage just came out a couple weeks ago.
How is that like legal to release? I feel like they shouldn't be able to release that to the public. I guess in the situation that it's like the victim is the like citizen, I guess they need to see it or something. But.
Yeah, I think usually I don't know how it works. I think the body cam footage is technically, because it's like a public thing.
It's a public domain. It belongs. Anyone can ask for it. Somebody just needed to ask for it, and probably somebody like TMZ asked for it.
Really? So like anyone can just ask for anything. Mm-hmm. I guess that's a good. I guess because the cops do like some shady shit. I guess it's like good to have.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it then, because I was like, that seems kind of weird. It seems like invasive to like let it out, but I mean, she obviously, I was under the influence of something.
Yeah, and. The arrest was back in 2022, and that whole thing, that saga was also like really sad.
Oh yeah, because I saw the footage of her at the doorway, but it wasn't there something at the pool where she like threw like a water bottle and like was naked or something.
Yeah, that's where it started. Like that was before her arrest, which I guess she was like at a pool at I think her apartment or hotel or something, and then someone told her that she had to put more clothes on, and then she like lashed out and like threw a water bottle at them, and then later that night, I guess they. I called the cops on her, and in the body cam footage, it showed her saying, you can tell she was going through it. Like you can tell she was not present, you know, like she was not herself. But the cops said they were gonna arrest her, and then she closed the door, and then she came back out and like threw water at them, and then that's when they actually went to go arrest her.
Wasn't she singing Taylor Swift or something? She was singing
something.
She
was singing Ariana Grande. When teardrops fell from the sky.
She sounded good.
She did, and like okay. I feel bad because everyone's using the body cam footage against her. Like, there's people who are, like, supportive of her, like, coming back. But then there's another half that's, like, using the body cam footage against her. Like, oh, she was putting on a show. Oh, she was talking so disrespectfully to the police and stuff. But I genuinely, that does not seem like a normal, rational person in their sane mind. So
of course not, yeah.
How can you, like, really hold that against
No, I don't think
her?
you should. It's like me messaging Whitney Cummings' assistant and being like, I hate that girl. Like, I wasn't in my sound mind. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you kind of have to take it. If anything, people shouldn't use that. You should see, like, this person's at a low point. She's not monetizing it herself. She's not, you know, this wasn't for, like, attention. She clearly, like, had some issues. She disappeared for a while. She got arrested. We saw her, you know, when she did get arrested and asked the judge to be moved to a different cell and, like, all stuff like that. Like, obviously, she was going through, like, a lot. Like, it obviously wasn't for publicity for her. However, like, I feel like when you see those clips of someone at their rock bottom, you should be, like, happy that they're, like, okay and alive. Because, like, the flip side of it is, like, you know, one of her friends, I think Nikita was down there. It was also in Miami. Do you remember a makeup artist named Makeup Samuel?
Yes.
He was in that go-kart with, like, I think it was Ariel. I think it was Nikita Dragun. And it got in a really bad accident. And he was, like, a really famous makeup artist. And I think now he's, like, supposedly not gay anymore, found Jesus, like all stuff like that. Like he really went into like this, like I think he went to a coma and then like came out of it a completely different person. And it's like really, really scary. It's like, I don't know if it was like, I think his family was religious or something and said like he survived, but like he can't be gay now that he survived, like something crazy. So the whole point of that is like, it's like, you should be like happy that this person's like coming out of it relatively sane and like stable. You know what I mean? I don't know. Rock bottoms to me are like, they're embarrassing for the person for sure. But I think, like, ultimately people want them to do good. No one wants... It's like Eugenia Cooney. Not that she's at a rock bottom, but you just, like, want to see her be good and do good and be healthy. And I feel like with Nikita, like, I don't know, people using that footage against her. I haven't seen that. I didn't know. I just saw it was out there. But I saw a lot of supportive comments. So I didn't know people were, like, using it against her. Which is, like, she's doing better. Obviously, like you said, someone is... You can just tell something's wrong. Yeah. And to me, that's, like, the saddest part of all of it. And now it's public... Because she also presented herself very, like, polished. She never presented herself messy. Not that it matters, but it just wasn't that. So I'm sure that's, like, the last thing she wanted out there. Or the stuff with the judge and, like, the back and forth. That was, like, I don't know. I'm sure that was like humiliating on some aspect, just the whole thing. So I don't know. People really lack sympathy for people. And to me, I feel like Nikita wasn't even like I said, whatever. I don't consider her like, I don't know. I don't know too much about her, but problematic in general, right? Like I didn't think she was.
I mean,
was she?
She rocked the boat a bit.
Okay.
I don't think she ever did anything that was like super. Not that I can remember at least. She was definitely in the mix, and she was definitely making waves. You know?
Okay. She did have drama with people though, right? She would just be
kind of like a Jeffrey and
Well, me.
Me
drama with everybody,
and
but
especially like as a beauty girl, it was like that time.
But I think that's what I'm saying. Like even like the Wendy of it all and stuff. It's just like have a little empathy.
I think people are still holding on to like her like in that era where she was like sassy and like glam and attitude and like, but that was just kind of like a persona. I feel like people forget that.
And I also feel like when someone's like that, they're so out there and over the top. It's like they're deeply insecure too. You know what I mean? I think, and me included, it's like when you're just so out there and like so bold or whatever, I think they're like compensating for a lot too.
Yeah, and she's opened up about that. Like she talked about a few times about like her mental health and how it was like she was really going through it, and then she got diagnosed with like bipolar. So obviously she was struggling like mentally, but yeah, with like the cam footage, I think people are, and obviously she wasn't in her sane mind, and she also she paid the price for it. Like she did go to jail, and then she
for
did
sure. Yeah, accountability.
Yeah,
taken.
She did. Like, what else do you want her to like do?
I totally agree with that. I even think like people go to prisons. Like, I mean, you should give second chances for the most part, unless they're like some horrible like killer or something. But it's like, I think you can be reformed.
Yeah, she was just like she was. In the body cam footage, she was like, there was like microaggressions. Obviously, she had like an attitude, but like I said, she wasn't in her sane mind, and she was like body shaming one of the officers or whatever. And obviously, that's bad and like unacceptable. But she obviously was going through some kind of psychosis.
Yeah,
and she also did her time, and then she went off social media to like figure herself out. What else would you want from someone?
No, I think that's like says so much when people like take time for real, and then like she's a performer, she's an entertainer, she likes to be online, whatever. It's like and then come back after some time. When you can actually take some time, then there's like some reflection going on. I feel like when you come back so soon and like trying to like debate things or debunk things, and there's more people than just like Coley that I'm talking about, but just like so many people that do that so quickly and like literally nothing's changed. Like you said, the content's still the same, like whatever, we won't say names, but it's just like people are literally the same person they were before it all. So maybe, and also too, when you have mental illness, it's just like so hard. I mean, there's medication of course, but it's just like so much, and then being on social media is like so scary when you're like mentally not well. I would love to see her come back. Because she's like entertaining, and I think I love actually seeing people come back when they are better. You know what I mean? I think that like, because again, you just don't see it. Like a lot of people, you don't see it. Like Anna Nicole Smith and stuff like that. You just don't get to see them be better, like their former like glory. You know what I mean? And I feel like when you see that happen with people, it's like so exciting. It's like, oh my God, they like made it. It's kind of like Lindsay Lohan. She's kind of having a comeback at the moment. And it's just like nice to see her be in these like fun movies. She has like an Irish Wish coming out, you know? And I just think it's like fun because she was also so just always in stuff like not looking great. And I think we all want that for Britney too. I think it's just like you want to see that comeback, because the alternative is them not having a comeback and like, fate, having a bad demise or whatever. So I don't know. People are, again, empathy. I think it like goes a long way. Like, you cannot like someone. It's better to just like not have an opinion of it, or just like wish people well. I feel like that's the karmatic of it all. If you like wish people well and like want to see people do good, like we'll all have our down points. Like we're all gonna go through like bottoms that won't feel good, and it's like you would want people to have empathy for you. And life sucks sometimes, and I feel for her. And like I said, I always looked at her as someone. I like her, and that's what I'm saying. I feel for people. It's like the Gabbie Hannas. I put myself in this category too, so it's not like me like looking down at them. It's like I put myself in that category too. It's like you kind of feel for them. Like you kind of feel like there's some, and not even feel it. It. They say there's some insecurities. You just kind of get that vibe. So, I actually, I just didn't know much about her. I never really followed her like so much. I just obviously think she's pretty and stuff, but seeing all this part is like, it's just sad. I can't watch it because it just makes me like sad.
Yeah.
It's like that could easily be me or anybody. It's just like awful.
And I think also she was like 5150 too around that time. So
traumatizing. Yeah. That's like so traumatic. Yeah.
Seeing her slowly make her comeback, though, I think is, I don't know. I'm excited for her. And I like that she's taking it at her own pace. You know, she's not like throwing herself into it.
Just like starting everything. I think she did get so much like hate too. People just like hated on her so, and it's like the worst. It's like when she had her store opening and people were trying to clown her and be like nobody was there. It's just like all of that does get to you after a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can only like do so much, and I don't know. I think anyone who tries is like, I don't know, like to try to have a makeup brand, to try to open up a store. I mean, that's something, you know.
Yeah.
I failed at like every single thing I've tried in like clothing and all stuff like that. But it's like trying is better than most people, you know.
And she's another one that like was very adaptable. Like she was always like in different groups. Like she was on the Hype House show at one point, you know. Like
you're right.
It's just like always she knew how to like keep to hustle and like keep growing, you know. And she's always like with the right groups, and so I feel like people have like that preconceived notion about her, and because she is such like a boisterous, kind of something very similar to you, like, you know, when you were a Persona, and like I think she was another one where it's like whatever attention she could get, you know.
It's like attention. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I like resonate, because it's like the Gabbie too, with like her TikToks and stuff. It's like sometimes you like just get addicted to that attention because you are growing up insecure or whatever, and you're like, oh my god, the world is like, you know, I'm polarizing people are talking about me, and it is like so addicting, and it's like it's hard to find that like balance of like a healthy amount of attention. Like what's the good attention? Like that's why even with the whole drag race of it all, I like, it was like a little glimpse back into like making people upset. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go back there. Like I don't want to be the person that just like makes people upset, and that's why like I get all the likes or something. I don't know. It's just like, I think I don't know if it's age or whatever. You just want to like be happy, and then I'll make other people happy too, you know? But I think when you're young, I think, again, the insecurity of it all is you just want attention, good or bad. And she was good at getting attention. I mean, literally everything she did, people were talking about. And, you know, yeah, and then it comes with a lot of people are intimidated by it. A lot of people are, like, threatened by it. You know, they have stuff to say, or they get mad if, you know, having a billboard or you're on a Netflix show and it's like, oh, why is she on there? You know, just get all of it. Yeah. But I would love to see it. We love a great comeback. And I think the best comeback story is Gabbie Hanna for sure of 2024. And I love it. I was, like, kind of same Gabbie, but like a healed Gabbie, because I kind of lived that her like video back was like, what is it? Where have I been or something?
Where did I go?
Where did I go? Yeah. And it was just like her music, her new song. And I was like, that's so Gabbie. And also just such a slay, because at the end of the day, she kind of won, right? She's kind of like living her life and still making music. And I was like, kind of everything. I love it. I love that was the video back. It wasn't even like a talk to anything. She's just like, here's my new music video. so Gabbie and so cute.
It was.
And
really
everyone's like rallied behind her now, because before she would use like, again, any attention, negative attention, whatever, to promote a song, and people would be pissed about it. But it's like she took her time away. She kind of just putting out, it was like kind of like a homemade music video, which is like cute and endearing. And people were like, oh, we kind of live for this. This is the Gabbie we want to see, because she is talented and she is entertaining. And we're like, we love this Gabbie. And it's like cool. And I feel like when you get positive reinforcement, then you're like, okay, I'm going to keep on this. And I think that's such a big thing into like healing and helping others heal, including me. Like when I started getting like positive attention, it's like, oh, this feels good. Maybe I want to keep making people happy and not making people upset. I don't need to do that anymore because people are behind me, you know? I don't know. I love Gabbie. I love that she did it. I love what she's doing. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not saying like come on the podcast or anything like that, but I'm just saying like I love what she's doing. I love that people are rallying behind her. I love that her comeback is a music video. Like so cute. Like she looks good. She's doing fitness, which she always loved, fitness, dancing, all that stuff. It's like kind of cute. And she never really even monetized or like exploited, you know, her little viral commercial she did for her dance class. She kind of just, it was just out there. She didn't put it out there. She didn't monetize off of it. It's kind of cute. I like it. I don't know.
And the song is cute too.
The song is so cute.
For her.
We can listen to that on Patreon. Patreon, we can listen to more music, because I feel like here we don't want to get copyright. But go watch it. Well, shout out Gabbie. Go watch her on her
Spotify.
channel. It is?
Yeah.
Slay. That's kind of everything. Yeah, I think sometimes getting out of LA does a lot of people good. You know what I mean?
And I was thinking, the one thing I was wondering with her especially is like, do you think she would hate us? Like, do you think she still holds that grudge against us?
Like, we're using her in the thumbnail. I was like, girl, stop. You're obsessed with me, girl. Yes.
I know.
You're getting views. I mean, seriously, and I'm not even saying that for whatever. Like, we literally think like, okay, what's the topics? What's the thumbnail? And I was like, Gabbie just does so well. Like, people want to know our thoughts on it, and it's like, yeah, maybe.
I was
and
wondering
she has every right to. I'm
yeah.
someone who's very much like, you have every right to, for sure. I mean,
same, because when I was listening to the song yesterday, my boyfriend was like walking me back through like when the beef was going down, and I was like, oh my god, because I'm so over it. I'm like, oh, love Gabbie. You know what I mean?
Right, same.
But I'm like, what's the other side of it?
For sure.
Does she still like,
I feel like it's a conversation I can't even have because it's like, we're like the meme, we're the science flop talk where it's like oil and water. It's like, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, you know what I mean? I just think it's like our communications is like, I don't know if we're too similar or it's too different or what it is. It's just like, we're never, you know?
Yeah.
But from afar and like so disconnected, like I said, I feel so disconnected from so much of my past lives or whatever. Like, you know, the David Dobrik's of it all. Like to me, it's like, I don't even know him. Like, you know, and that's how I feel with Gabbie now. I feel like so disconnected where I don't even know her. So like looking as like an outsider, it's like an outsider David, I think he's like literally the worst person in the whole world. Like an outsider was like Gabbie, I was like, oh, I'm like such a fan. You know what I mean?
Same.
But yeah, I know if I was like, come on the podcast, girl, like I just know we would probably like, but not even butt heads, just we just see things so differently, you know? But like I do think that's a beautiful thing and I love people who see things differently. And I admit I'm like the problem most of the time. Like I know I'm like such a weird person and I like have a weird perception of things and stuff like that. So I'm not even saying like whatever. I'm just saying, you know, there's certain people that just, it's oil and water. Thanks, science flop talk. Like they don't go together. You know what I mean? Are we oil and water? What are we?
Which one? Me and you, or?
You and me. You're water. What am I?
I think in that sense, you're like the fire and water.
What does it do? What does fire do when it meets water?
Well, it depends who's stronger at that moment. You can either evaporate the water or the water can turn off the fire. So I think we have that balance.
I would rather be like, you know, one of those like Mio drops in water. I would like to give you some flavor. Yeah, I think that's what we would be.
Or I mean, the reality is that you're an earth sign.
I'm dirt.
No, so I'm saying, so water with earth creates life, and then we have Malibu.
Flowers.
Oh, wow.
So
what? Flower? We create flowers. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love the Gabbie comeback. I do. Like I said, I feel like it's like anything. It's like not that I dislike her or anything, but it's like you don't have to like someone to like wish them well or like be happy for their comeback. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like wishing people well like only makes you do better and stuff. I don't know. It's just better to be happier. Especially with people who like go through mental illness, or I know she has that trauma growing up with her mom she like talked about and stuff like that. It's like to like come on the other side of things and just be happy in life. Like that's you know, that's a pretty big step when we like that. And just social media is rough. It is rough. And like seeing her go through so much, and now like women do get it worse in general, especially women who do have like mental illness or are deemed like crazy or whatever. I mean, granted, we put the stuff out there, we get it, but it's just like, it's just how hard to come back from that. So the fact that she's able to, because at the end of the day, like I even say that if I win the lottery, I'm going to retire, but it's like, I love social media too. Like you don't want to be away from social media.
Yeah.
And like Nikita, Gabbie, all these people obviously love doing it. Like they love performing, creating, whatever. It's a platform. And that's like me. I mean, if I win the lottery, I'm like, yeah, I'll probably still do weird shit. Like I'll probably do music videos or something, you know? But yeah, I don't know. Did you like it? You like the new song?
I do really like
good,
it. Yeah.
It's good vibe. So much of her songs were like sad, and so many people's songs are sad. Like Taylor Swift is always about heartbreak and stuff, and like that's what sells. Like a heartbreak song is better. But I just like the vibe of it was just so, it just felt good.
Yeah, it was light. It was happy.
Yeah.
Her little dancing is cute in it. I really like it.
It was
I think it's cute. I've always thought she was so talented. So
definitely talented for sure. Like songwriting and all that stuff like that. Definitely talented.
I'm so curious how she thinks about, because I know Joey, like when Joey and Gabbie were going at it, I know he like stopped caring like a couple months after and like was so over it.
Yeah.
Like you and her had beef, don't care. Same with, I've had small beef and I don't care about, like I am like rooting for her. I just wonder what her perspective is. She's like, F those people, or
right. I think there's like two types of people. I think there's people who like let things go so easy, and I don't think anything's right or wrong, right? Because there's like certain things where it's like, yeah, you should just like, I bet she doesn't care. I just think of her now, she's spiritual. When you get like on the spiritual side, you kind of learn to like let things go. I let things go easily just because like I forget things. Like sometimes when I think about past beefs, like, or people we've had, whatever, that I've had feuds with or whatever, I'm just like, oh, whatever. I kind of miss them. They're not that bad. And then you're just like reminded of all the other stuff that happened. You're just like, oh, actually it was kind of awful and terrible. And like I should never talk to them again. But I forget so many things. So I think, oh man, I kind of miss them or whatever. And then it's like, I forget all the like actual awful things that happened between us or whatever. So, but when you're like a spiritual person or go on that spiritual journey, it's like a big thing to like, you got to let things go, whatever, people change, whatever. You're in this growth process. But yeah, I can truly say there's no one I hold a grudge against. There's people I still don't like. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would be in her total right to be like, I still don't like Trish. Like, I still think she did whatever. But I think she'd probably like let it go. I don't think it affects her day to
Yeah,
day.
for sure.
It used to affect my day to day when I would be like really upset with people, but like David Dobrik doesn't affect my day to day. You know, Shane doesn't affect my day to day. But I definitely am like, okay, like with certain people, I'm like, certain people, I'm still like, they're not good people. I'm so glad I'm away from them. But then there's certain people where I'm like, you know, was it that bad? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with Gabbie and I, it's just like not that deep because again, we just didn't have that like deep like relationship. But it's just like we weren't hanging out all the time and seeing each other all the time. It's just a little different. But I'm on her side. If it was one person that I've ever had like beef with that I would like want to see like do amazing. I want her to be the Lady Gaga at the Grammys because she said that once in a video. Everyone made fun of her where she's like, I can see myself winning a Grammy. I see myself as Lady Gaga, and everyone's like, okay, girl, whatever. Like you're like, wouldn't it be so crazy? Because like Madison Beer was nominated for a Grammy, Troye Sivan was nominated for a Grammy. I'm like, Gabbie Hanna gets nominated for a Grammy one day. Like I would actually love that for her.
Same.
And that would
she's
be
a good
wild.
songwriter. If anyone can do it, it's her.
Yeah, I actually could see it. I actually could really see
She's
it.
a really good songwriter.
She's a good songwriter. I think her songs are good. Man, we love that. From the start.
We do love that one.
I love that one. Oh, what is it? Waiting for impact, leave my heart intact. I always sing this one. I wish you never came around. New situation with low expectations. You still managed to let me down. Ooh.
Butterflies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's so good. That song is so good. And the Out Loud song is good too. That one's good. I think she co-wrote that with Bruce, but it was still a really good song. Love it.
Go to Patreon and listen to it.
Yeah, let's go to Patreon, listen to it. Okay, is that a wrap up? Wow, good job. That was a wrap up from Moses.
I just can't wait to listen to it.
Okay. You ever heard it? Okay. First, I'm going to open up these Irish cookies back here. Can I open these? These were props. And I kept asking Moses, I'm like, are those for the podcast? Can I eat them now? These are my favorite cookies in the whole world. Have you had these?
No.
They're so good. They're from like, are these Ralph's? Wait, why does it say made in a peanut and tree nut free facility? Why does it say that?
In case you have allergies.
Oh, wow. Good for them for disclosing that. That's crazy. You never see that, though. Okay, Loft House. Oh, my God. They're really heavy on the made in a no peanut. Like, it's a no peanut sign over there, too. Damn, I wonder if they got sued or something. Okay, we're going to have some cookies. Feastables will be up this week on Patreon. You guys go check out the extended podcast. We have some good topics. I have questions about people's engagement parties, bachelorette parties. I see people on why do we have bachelorette parties? Why is that a thing? We also have producer questions we're gonna get to over there. Oscars prediction for next week. People want us to talk about.
Oh, I love that.
So we're gonna just have a good time over there. I think we got to a lot of hot topics today. So we love you guys. Thank you for subscribing. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/justtrish. And may the luck of the Irish be ever in your favor.
That was a good mix of
Hi. I was like, wait, did I make that up or was that real? I don't know, but we love you guys and see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, wow. Okay. Irish pride. Moses is the Irish stan over there. I didn't know he loved Ireland so much.